Bum, ba-ba-da-bum, ba-ba-da-bum, bum, bum, bum. Grab all your friends and come down the stairs. Take a trip down memory lane. It's old games in the basement time. La 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 la. Hail to the chief. We fucked the president.
Come on. I need you all to sign my petition.
What's this petition
what
for,
do you got,
Uncle Hank?
Uncle Hank, what?
I need you guys to sign my petition.
Well, what is
Why?
Okay, but yeah.
What is it though?
Legalizing recreational meth.
What?
Wait,
Nah.
why math?
Why not?
I feel like there'd be a lot of repercussions.
Well,
We
we have recreational marijuana. Why not recreational meth?
Because marijuana actually has health benefits, you dope.
And meth has health benefits too.
Okay, what kind of health benefits, Uncle Hank?
It weeds out the dumb.
Incredible focus.
I mean, there's a point there.
You know, Uncle Hank, I have to ask myself, why do you think we would sign that? Well, because you guys are a bunch of junkies, aren't you?
No, I don't recall doing that.
Yeah.
Hank, can I ask you where you got the idea? I mean, you guys are always in the basement, right?
So?
Yeah, what's that got to do with anything, though?
Drugs?
You're always recording that fucking podcast, right?
Yeah.
Then you're all on drugs thinking you'll actually succeed with anything.
Wow.
Well, that's...
Wait, how do you make that
so
jump in
says
logic?
you.
So says you. Tank, you called us that because that's... How many drugs do you have...
Ross.
No, I have one final...
all right.
I have a quick question.
All right.
Tank, how many drugs do you have to do just to stand being married to Auntie Jizz?
I don't do drugs.
You're a bull. You're a bunch of...
I don't
You are
do
full
that.
of bullshit
I
and shit, sir.
drink to deal with that bitch.
Same
No
fucking
wonder.
thing. Same fucking thing. I saw your toilet the one day.
Ross, that was you.
No, you see, when I was in the toilet, it was just shit. I walked into his toilet and saw he was making toilet wine.
Ross, I was literally there. That was you.
Why were you watching me take a shit?
Because you locked me in the bathroom with you, you fat fuck.
I locked the door just so people. I didn't know you were in a tub.
Look, if you guys aren't going to sign a petition for recreational meth, at least sign a petition so that games don't need an age rating anymore.
Well,
No, we can't.
I don't know about that.
Why would we want to do that?
I mean, it'd make younger us be jealous of older us.
I was going to say younger us, maybe, but
Yeah, but for the most part, no, we kind of need that.
it's kind of important.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't need your nephew seeing us play games with boobs and violence. Most of the violence part.
I mean, think about Cousin Randy. I mean, come on.
Fuck Cousin Randy.
Yeah.
Cousin Randy's a fucking
He
idiot.
kind of is an asshole.
Yeah. Anyways,
primal.
what's called? Hey, Uncle Hank, tell you what, we'll think about your petition, okay? Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
we'll consider it throughout the show, and you can go ahead, go up, have your...
Shut the fuck up, badass.
I will never shut the fuck
You will
up.
shut the fuck up right now.
Do you have titties or tapes, sir?
I will show you anti-jizz's titties.
That sounds a little dangerous.
I would rather kill myself.
Well, then shut the fuck up and sign a petition then.
No!
Ross, I want you to put your head down and shut the fuck up until he leaves. Okay, hey, Uncle Hank, I think Ross is dead. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to the Jehovah's Witnesses to see if they'll sign a petition. Okay, bye.
Okay, thank God he's gone.
Ross, finish the song!
It's old games in the basement.
Hello, ladies and
Hello,
gentlemen.
party peoples.
Happy 4th of July, whether this is before or after.
Happy birthday, America.
Do we know what the heck we're doing?
No.
Exactly.
I don't know what I'm doing ever.
I have an idea.
What?
Because I read the schedule.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. So, all right, let's talk politics, right?
Politics.
Politics.
One of my least favorite subjects. What am I doing here?
Well, now you see, this subject's actually important, even for you, because if not for politics, we wouldn't have some games, and if not for politics, we would lose a lot more games.
Yeah, I mean, okay, fine.
Well, let's be real. They did one thing kind of game good out of it. The ESRB to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could thank Joe Lieberman for that one.
Yep. Now, which actually, speaking of that, which game on this table is related to that, Ross?
Gee, I wonder.
I think
Well, it couldn't be this game of Mortal the stack of Mortal Kombat games.
No,
that's
no,
not that would be
no,
related to it,
no,
could it?
no.
I'm pretty sure it was Pong.
Pong?
Pretty
No,
sure.
I'm pretty
Pong,
sure.
yeah,
Pong
that
was
was the
just
game.
No,
literally slapping that ball back and
no, you're
forth.
totally wrong.
So
It was Space Invaders.
Oh shit, he's right. He's right. It was
Totally
Space
Space
Invaders.
Invaders, and Galaga at the same time.
I mean, literally, you're playing a tank, destroying a bunch of innocent alien lives. They just want to peacefully come and fuck
Very,
us.
very,
They just
very
wanted-
political.
They
It's
just
these
wanted to
political
take. They
aliens
just
coming
wanted
in.
us to take them to our leader.
Not wrong.
They
All
just
your
wanted-
base are belong to us.
That was Zeroing.
Zeroing.
But yeah, no, so Ross, I know you know the whole story behind Mortal Kombat getting the ESRB rating and stuff a lot more than I do. Can you go into more details on
So
that?
basically, comes out. It was the Sega Genesis version to be specific, because Nintendo, the plumber being the plumber, is like, oh, it can't have the blood, have it be spit.
It's so dumb.
Whereas Sega just goes, nah, keep it in there. We just have to have a code.
That's true. The infamous blood code of MK1.
Nope.
Specifically for the first one on Genesis.
So what
Yeah.
was the code?
Well,
I can remember, but you could just go in. You turn like you had to do it. Enter it just to enter the object. Where you could have. Oh, you can enter the code. Do you want to have a little bit of blood? Do you want to have a fuck ton of blood?
Fuck ton of blood, of course.
It's Mortal Kombat. I want a fuck ton of blood.
You want it to be as over the top as possible.
Exactly.
Plus-
That's Mortal Kombat.
it also put back some of the bloody fatalities that the game was known for in the arcade.
Oh, like. Oh wait, no wait. Liu Kang didn't have a bloody fatality. He just had 2 kicks and an uppercut.
No, but Sub-Zero did have the head rip fatality.
The infamous spine rip, Kano's heart pull.
Yep.
Which, you want to know what that fatality was in the Genesis version outside before you put the code in?
Do tell.
He just uppercuts you really hard, and then the guy just falls back down to the ground. That's it.
Oh
that's not very
yeah,
fun.
that's dumb.
Yeah.
If you're gonna complain, if you don't want blood in your Mortal Kombat, don't play Mortal Kombat or get a life.
You know what? I will defend it. You know what? It's not that dumb. You know what was dumb? All of the fatalities in Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the less spoken about that, the better.
Yeah, I just wanted
Considering
to
they had
mention
to
that
change the
because
rating
you
for
know.
that to teen just to get it there.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that because while the whole uppercut so hard they just die is dumb, I'd rather have that because at least you see it.
Yeah, sure.
You know, come to think of it, Sub-Zero's uppercut from Mortal Kombat 1, the censored version in Genesis, that could actually pass for a heroic brutality in MK
Yeah.
versus DC.
I can see that. I can see that, but it'd still be better. Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if you're gonna go into MK and not want blood, what is? I'm sorry. Where?
You might as well just play a different game.
Go
honestly.
back under the rock that you're clearly living under.
I mean, to be fair,
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair, we do have a friend who is very not into overly gory shit. It's Dante, for instance. Like, he can't really handle that much gore. So it's like, I can understand that.
Did he ever say why?
It makes him queasy, I guess. I
Which
don't
is
know.
understandable.
But why
but-
play
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat then if it's him?
Sometimes you like fighting games.
There's no shortage of fighting games though.
Like,
No,
I'm
Get
sorry.
your crack fix going somewhere.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're gonna play your fighting games, there's always Tekken.
Yeah.
Tekken, Street Fighter, many other non-bloody games.
Now, if we were talking about the politics inside Mortal Kombat, aka its story as a whole, what would we all say about it?
Oh God.
I mean,
Shao Kahn's
basically,
a cruel dictator.
I was gonna say basically the first couple games are just literally Enter the Dragon, which is fine. It's great. So
I mean,
There
Liu
are.
Kang is Bruce Lee practically.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, literally.
At least starting off. Nowadays, not so much.
Yeah,
Not nowadays. He's
Nowadays.
a god.
Now he's a god.
yeah.
Well, that is some. I've already seen the trailer for Aftermath, so I've seen them fix the timeline. I could see that.
No, he literally became. Yeah, he fused with Raiden, and he is now a god.
He is the new god of fire, is what he.
In Mortal
Fire-
Kombat 1.
Fire Ice God Liu Kang. Yep.
Can we point out how
Fucking
dumb
sweet.
it is that it's called Mortal Kombat 1?
Because they reset the
Because they
timeline.
reset
that's
it.
why.
I mean, it's not that dumb, honestly.
It's just like, oh, I've a new story.
The only thing that
dies immediately.
Why you gotta do it to me? Why?
That's how to sum up how Mortal Kombat 1 looks like right
I
now.
was gonna say the only dumb part about Mortal Kombat 1 calling it that is like now you're gonna get confused with the original Mortal Kombat. But
Well, it's just
again,
like-
you could say
well,
the same
Just
thing
like
about
when Mortal
Xbox
Kombat 9
One.
Guys,
came out
guys.
and it was just called Mortal Kombat.
As Keith's
I
trying
was
to
gonna
say.
say it's kind of a smart idea. You can just keep resetting the fucking games.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was-
that's why the Dewis of Goois made that joke.
And it's kind of funny. He kind of predicted it in a way.
No, literally on Twitter, he took a screenshot of his own video, being like, "I fucking called it."
I want a plushie of Dewis.
Bro, fucking same, okay?
And his poo. And his
Or a U2's.
I'll take a plushie.
I'll take both. Anyways, but no, like honestly, when it comes to the actual politics inside the world of Mortal Kombat, it's really dumb and convoluted.
I believe
Yeah.
that.
Like the whole, oh, we're not really supposed to interact outside Mortal Kombat, and even then we're not supposed to interact. It's like, you do know if you guys really don't like how the evil gods or extreme dictators in Mortal Kombat are doing shit, especially when they're constantly cheating in your own fucking universe,
Yeah.
you could interact.
Because
Yep.
technically the rule is each realm in the tournament, whoever wins, whatever realm wins 10 tournaments in a row, becomes the ultimate realm, and they can take over and do shit. But Chuck Hunt's basically like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Broke the rules, sadly, just because he wanted to conquer.
Over and over again.
He has
It's not even like a one-time thing. No, it's
No.
every chance he gets. It's
Yeah, Chuck Hunt has total small dick energy.
Oh yeah. Penis potato.
Yes.
Probably.
To which, and then he's just like, oh, and then I'm gonna conquer Edenia and basically kill your mother, and make you, and you're like, oh, you don't want me there? Fine, I'll just make my own daughter.
That's true.
That's how he got Melina.
I wonder if there's a relation to Genghis Khan. That's where like
I can see that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
A lot of parallels.
yeah.
I mean, in that case, Khan is technically just a title,
True. Exactly.
because then you have Kotal Khan.
Well, like I wonder if like maybe if they were.
I heard about that, I just never thought that was even a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you got Khan from Star Trek. Oh wait, wrong Khan. Sorry, you can jar me if you want.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. There we go.
Followed by a
Boom, boom.
Anyways, now let's see. Going on to other games actually related to our politics. Let's talk about Doom for a quick second.
I love Doom.
Now, Doom is a great fucking game. It's unfortunate it was used as a scapegoat when it came to gun control laws.
Yeah, Columbine specifically comes to mind.
Yes.
I have never heard of that whatsoever. Can
Really?
you elaborate?
So you've heard of Columbine, right?
Columbine? No.
You
So the
how?
well, you gotta remember, Chris likes to be under a rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that is true.
basically that's like the school shooting to start all major.
That
school
was like the
shootings.
school shooting.
It was it was at the time the biggest school shooting.
Yes.
So basically, two fuckheads decide, hey, for bullshit reasons, we're just gonna shoot up our own fucking school and whatnot. Like
Just for no reason.
Well,
Like-
there's more to it than that, but just for the sake of
for the sake of
To put
simplification.
it simply,
There was like reason, mostly
and they weren't just coming in with two guns blazing.
So
like,
social
one guy-
outcasts, basically. Let's just leave it at that for now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Again, way more to it. They've written
Yeah.
books and
That's
stuff,
like-
but
They were and they didn't come with guns. They actually planned to set off bombs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but
like they
luckily they caught the bombs.
I was gonna say, thank God the bombs failed.
yeah.
So
No, like
They're
they
idiots.
planned this out. They got multiple guns. They got to make sure to get a lot of rounds and stuff. They killed, I think, everyone in their class actually.
Something like that.
There was actually only a few people that died, I believe.
Several people.
Several people died, but not as
Yeah.
many as that
No.
they thought there would be. So.
Yeah, and honestly, like the biggest question it did help bring to the table was how did these kids get guns so easily,
Mhm,
right.
which really brings in gun control.
Yeah.
But then, regardless of your views on actual politics, people decided to blame the game Doom.
Doom, because
They were blaming everything.
they were fans of that game. So.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, because they were fans of the game Doom.
Oh, they all-
but it's like
Ask the
they're-
goths. That thing brought against the goth. More hatred towards the goth kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson got blamed for it as well.
Everything.
yeah.
Marilyn
Yeah.
Manson was like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
ICP was getting blamed.
Yeah, and it's like one of the excuses was, oh, well, in Doom they teach you how to reload a shotgun. You
They
can't,
don't?
you can't even see shit on how to reload a shotgun.
No.
No,
Yeah,
plus
no.
it's not.
Plus, I believe reloading an actual weapon is more complicated than video
Especially a
games.
shotgun.
I mean, reloading a shotgun is
Yeah,
actually
that's
like the
easy.
easiest
Yeah.
one.
Not really.
But I
You
mean,
just pretty.
I've
It depends
done
on if it's the double. Well, I'm going off track.
Because most
Go on.
guns, you can just put it in the little clip and go ching ching. You know, shotgun, you have to go individually each little shell.
yeah.
So anyway, go on.
Let's see here. But no, so like that game was used as a scapegoat to fuel a political agenda and whatnot. Given, while I agree with some of the views, which is we need more gun control and whatnot, and I do like boomsticks and whatnot, it was also like I understand these two awful fucking people, these monsters, like this game. That doesn't mean this game was the reason.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
Well, it's the same thing with the Anders Breivik guy who did the same thing. Just because he looked at Call of Duty once, they blamed Call of Duty for him too.
Yeah, and I like Call of Duty is also
Like anytime there's a big shooter, if there's even a video game even remotely involved, it's the first thing they're going to start blaming every single
So I
time.
think the problem is that there's it's much more convoluted. Like there's society, there's parenting.
There's so many factors, but no, let's blame the video
Let's
games.
blame the media for it. Let's blame the movies, the games.
No, like I'm brain farting on which guy it was, but there was this shooter like fucking 12 fucking years ago.
Are you talking about the Virginia Tech one?
Oh, Virginia Tech.
I'm brain farting again. I'm brain farting on a lot
The
of
Virginia
details.
guy who literally posted what he was going to do on B.
Again, I'm brain farting on a lot of details. Can
Continue.
I fucking finish?
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay. No, like the specific details I remember was this motherfucker. He played like one shooting game. He normally played fighting games. He played one shooting game his entire fucking life, and fucking people tried blaming that one shooting game. And it's like, no, actually his gun collection and everything else was all because he kept watching World War II movies over and over again. Like, he loved war movies. And that brought the nice question to the table of, why do you want to blame games for this kind of violence when it's like we've had movies and shows perpetuating the same thing, if not worse, for decades.
And it shows you could go into the gory details.
Yeah, and so it's like it was kind of like a double standard. Like, why is games to blame when you have this?
Also, like you said, it's a scapegoat.
Yeah.
And instead of actually paying attention to the actual problems like mental health and
Yes.
Exactly.
and gun control.
I think just on a side note, what's interesting is if you look at the correlation between like violent crimes and video games, like when games like Doom came out, crime actually drops. Like violent crimes does.
Yeah.
There is a correlation. Look at it.
That's basically getting as an outlet.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to fucking I like how we're kind of going to a murder podcast instead of a porn podcast. Now, when it comes to some other deaths, when it comes to actual video games, let's talk about the Xbox killer over football.
Wait, hold
Or the
on.
Xbox
What?
killer over $1.50 bet.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are going to be educating me big for this.
I
So,
don't even think I know this one.
So I've definitely brought this to you before, Chris. So the Xbox killer, back in the days of OG original Xbox, because that was like one of the first things to have internet and shit.
Yup.
Motherfucker would lose in like football games and shit on Xbox.
Football.
And then so basically he'd find a way to find the motherfucker he lost to, go to their house and murder them.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Talk about a sore loser.
Oh yeah. Or like Ross said, like he'd make a bet.
It wasn't this guy. It was this was 360 year when this one happened. It was like,
Oh yeah, you're right.
It was literally, I forgot. I can't even remember what game they were playing, but it was $1.50 bet, and the dude he also either murdered him or paid some other dude to swat him so he would kill him.
Which, funny enough, when it comes to swatting, it's usually Xbox people.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you
Why Xbox players?
I don't fucking know. But when you actually look at like the statistics, like 9 times out of 10, it's some motherfucker on Xbox is like, I'm gonna swat this motherfucker.
I would have thought it'd be a PC player, and I'm a PC gamer.
well, I
myself.
have-
Nowadays it's
It is.
PC, but
Yeah.
when it first started, it was all Xbox.
Gotcha.
Is
Like-
PlayStation by any chance in that group?
Like
Yeah,
PlayStation,
there probably is,
PlayStation
but-
and PC are in the 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
So
They're the exception.
no, Nintendo's the
I
exception.
was just saying Nintendo's got to be like practically nothing at that.
That's because if anyone's gonna murder you, the plumber himself will.
exactly.
It's like, hey, this piece of shit beat me in Mario Kart!
No,
No, it's
okay.
more like, oh, you pirated my game. I'm gonna come to your house and kill you. well, Mario, I wouldn't have to pirate your game if you just fucking sell them.
No,
What the heck?
that is- yes.
No, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm just gonna make you pay me 30% of whatever you make for the rest of your life. Even though you've already went to jail.
But anyway,
That's funny, Ross. That was funny.
You're welcome.
But no, like outside those sad and horrific incidents and whatnot, it has like it is a good way to bring to light shit that happens in the video game world, whether it's individuals who use those games as an excuse to commit murder, or people who want to play games because this guy murdered someone.
Yep. Because whenever it comes to shit like that, or someone getting blamed for it, I always think of the Violent J quote about stuff like that. If someone's gonna go out and kill someone because of their music, they were gonna do it anyway.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, like one game when it comes to politics, I can actually agree with when it comes to censorship per se, is I'm gonna have to say Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
No Russian.
I was about to say no Russian.
The infamous
right?
no Russian level. Yep.
Everyone knows
Yeah,
about that one.
I did play that level, I'll admit it.
Oh no, everyone's played that level. Like, find me a person who honestly didn't play that level who isn't Russian.
Well, honestly, I never even finished the game, but I got up to that part.
That's
Because
all I
that's
passed.
the
It's the
first
beginning.
mission you play.
Yeah, it's literally the beginning mission.
Like, and you
No,
can
I
actually.
thought that was later on. Honestly.
No, that is the opening game.
We're talking about the airport, right?
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that was
no
later.
Russian.
No, that's the beginning.
that's the first thing you do.
That's literally what starts the game.
Yeah.
We've all been angry at an airport.
Well, yeah. Because
I almost dropped my mic. I almost dropped my fucking mic.
Well played.
well, very good. That
Like,
was
what airline pissed you off?
all of them.
Okay, for me, there's a lot that piss me off. Mostly because I get stopped at the airport every fucking time, both to and from.
I can't say I've been to an airport as an adult.
Lucky.
Really? Wow.
The last time I can remember doing anything that involved a plane flying, I was a small child and my dad was living in Maryland at the time.
Wait. You were small?
I know. What the heck?
In height, not in fact.
Okay, now there are some banned games for political reasons. One being the game Postal. Who here knows that game?
I've heard. I didn't think Postal
Yeah.
was banned though.
Oh no, that
Never
Maybe
heard.
not
It-
here.
It
Not
depends.
in America.
It depends which version, but
Postal
like
2 specifically. Mostly Postal 2.
yeah,
think
Postal 2, you could pee on people. How can that
You
be
could
banned?
pee on people, you could spit on people, you could light them on
Funny
fire,
enough,
the
it's not
puke
banned in
gun.
Australia.
Hell, you could use a cat as a silencer.
Apparently, Australia bans almost everything though. All games.
They are
Okay, not so
very-
much ban them, it's they've actually changed it. So the thing, I can actually tell you this because I listen to Yahtzee a lot and he lives in Australia. That's how I learned about a lot of this. So
Okay.
until recently, Australia never had a classification that would equal our mature rating. So a lot of the times they would just get refused classification, which is so they couldn't sell it. They wouldn't outright ban it; they just wouldn't give it the classification because they wouldn't make one,
Interesting.
which was weird because for the longest time their government one wanted to have it, but this one guy kept refusing to allow it to happen.
Wow.
But
So
why?
yeah, because he was an asshole. Just ask any Australian gamer. Just say the name Michael Atkinson, and they'll tell you.
So,
Am I thinking about?
huh?
Yeah, just look up the name Michael Atkinson, and he was basically the guy that would basically constantly vote against them getting basically the 18 plus classification
But
in their rating system.
But why would only one guy be able to veto it when you have a bunch
Because
of
in order to actually get it, they would have to make a unanimous vote.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
yeah. No, a part of Australia's government
Yeah.
is like if we're not all in it, we're not doing it.
Pretty much. Whereas
As
around
an
here-
American, I find that absurd.
I mean, what that has nothing to do with you.
I know it
We're
doesn't,
talking
and that's fine. That's
We're
fine.
talking about Australia.
That's fine. They can be their Australian selves. I just find that to be
They-
absurd.
they can have their spider ring.
Hold up. Are you trying to say that Australia is inferior to us because we're America? Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Sorry, but Australia used to be basically a giant prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
And they have cool kangaroos there, though.
I mean,
Kangaroos are cool, but they will kill you.
They will.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. But
I've
What?
heard their kicks are deadly.
no, straight,
yeah.
straight up. But it is at least common to see kangaroos fighting each other in the middle of your street.
Yeah. I still love the one video of the guy who straight up punched a kangaroo to save his dog.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
And
fair,
PETA got
it's-
mad, but
yeah.
then again, PETA gets mad at everything.
Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to all our Australian viewers. We're just having a little giggle at your expense.
We make fun of everybody because it's.
It's fair. We make fun of ourselves too. So.
Funny enough, when we finally reach like a nuclear apocalypse where every country's bombing each other, Australia would be just fine.
Probably.
Because people keep
Australia
forgetting.
just be like WTF night.
Hey,
Hey,
we're all doing out there.
Okay, but
that
we,
was-
Yeah,
we,
we're getting really
kind of
off
went way off the path a little bit. So
So returning back to video games specifically, so
Yes.
obviously games like Doom and all that are big on the forefront of like real life. But let's talk about some games that actually have politics in them.
Okay.
Like specifically, like Metal Gear Solid. For
Wait. Metal Gear Solid is political?
I know. Who would have ever guessed that?
wow, I thought
It couldn't be by some of the cutscenes that we've seen in the game.
I thought it
No,
was
no,
just,
of course not.
I thought it was just robots.
Grant, I feel you're making this
Ninjas.
all up.
You know what? I might be. I might just very well be.
I don't think this motherfucker knows what politics and games is like.
What the heck is a politic? Is it like a Polish person or something?
You can
that like
stop.
licks stuff?
You can stop.
Grant, shut your dumbass up.
Oh man. Yeah, but yeah, in all seriousness, Metal Gear Solid obviously has a lot of politics in the forefront.
Oh yeah, no, like
Duh.
no. Okay, so I read this article not long ago, and actually I sent it to you as well.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, no.
You're talking about the Metal Gear Solid 4 one?
I mean, just the Metal Gear one I sent you in general about how where the fuck is it? It wasn't that long ago when I sent it to you.
It was there somewhere.
Oh wait, no, I sent it to Keith because I sent it in the group chat.
Oh shit, you sent it to me?
Yeah, I sent it to you too because we were talking about it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So I forgot to fucking read it.
So I should probably preface this by saying that the creator and main director of most of the Metal Gear Solid games is Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Which he's a very famous name in the gaming
If you
industry.
don't know Hideo Kojima,
So he's an interesting person. That's all you really need to know.
yes.
Keep talking.
Yeah, he's made Death Stranding. He was I think like a creative. He wasn't the director, I know, but he was heavily involved in the two Zone of the Ender games. He made Snatcher and Police Knots. Yeah, so those are pretty great if you like adventure games.
He was gonna make a Silent Hills, but Konami happened.
Yeah, at least he made PT, which was awesome. But no, yeah, all seriousness, yeah, very interesting individual. He's made some great games. Yeah, let's put it that way. I wasn't the biggest fan of Death Stranding. There's parts of it I like. There's parts of it I don't.
Alright.
Yeah, but it was an interesting game that I'm glad came out.
How
Fun.
Even the delivery service in Death Stranding is still better than anything FedEx.
Which actually, now that I think about it, Death Stranding does have a lot of political elements in it too.
Okay, I found it.
Okay, so
the article was called Hideo Kojima laments that Metal Gear Solid 4's digital battlefield is no longer science fiction. And that's something I did want to talk about because as you see the Metal Gear games progress, whether it's a prequel or a sequel or whatnot, it's like, wow, we really are getting to that point in not just technology, but
Art imitates life.
yeah, art imitates life, or in this case, life imitates art.
I
Yeah.
feel like Kojima's like been ahead of the curve in some games. Like I told you this, Metal Gear Solid 2, like, of course, I mean, some of that stuff was already like coexisting at the time, but like how it predicted the rise of AIs and like
Drones.
drones, the prevalence of like this technology in modern life, it's kind of mind blowing. It really is.
Yeah. I'm saying this now, and I'm hoping for this because it'd be great for gun control. The moment we get guns that only fire to the person they're registered to, Kojima called it.
Yeah, exactly. Which I kind of think like biometrics, like if they're able to implement biometrics into these guns, like that would really reduce a lot of gun violence.
It reduced a lot of gun violence. It would, whenever there's a crime and whatnot, it bring the guilty rating up to like 99%.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're able to like get their DNA or like fingerprints or something.
You found the way to hack
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Hacking would be a big problem.
But if I remember
too.
correctly, that the ID thing, I think that only worked with the nanomachines they were injected with too, weren't they?
Yeah,
True,
but that was for the sake of science fiction.
Yeah, so realistically, they'd probably have it like fingerprint identified.
Wait.
What?
That's what the vaccines are for, so we can get the nanomachine.
Nanomachine, son!
There it is.
So we might have been injected already.
Well, shit.
Nanomachine, son.
Nanomachine, son! Alright, I think we got our Rising references out for the day.
How the hell did you get elected?
So speaking of Rising, can we talk about how former President Trump stole his slogan from Rising?
Please
You can
tell
mention
us.
it.
No, so Rising came out like what, 2012, 2013, somewhere around there?
2013, I believe.
Probably has the date on the back of the case over there.
Yes, actually.
I can tell you. Let's
Most
see.
games should.
It was 2013, yeah.
Yeah, so it came out 2013. Motherfucker didn't start running for presidency until 2014. And one of the lines in the game by fucking Armstrong is "Make America Great Again."
There's something very similar to that.
No,
if
he
not
actually
more.
says "Make America Great Again."
He basically
If
does.
I were to start any kind of movement like that, I'd want to start the MOFA movement, which stands for Make Orwell Fiction Again.
I was more of a Brave New World fan myself.
Keith, what's your opinions when it comes to politics and Metal Gear?
Politics and Metal Gear?
Yes.
Gear.
Boy, that's a fucking mouthful.
Yeah. So, Keith, please.
Where do I even start?
The beginning.
Honestly.
It all starts with Metal Gear on the MSX.
Oh my god, that far back?
Yeah,
Not even solid.
Metal Gear.
Those were pretty.
To be fair, the first 2 Metal Gears weren't like as political as like Solid Onward.
well, most of it being like anti-war. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's very much an anti-war game.
all of them are just really like, hey, let's not use nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Let's move past this and let's become better people. And
Yeah.
they're like just telling us like so that the threat as where we're going could lead to like your problems.
I
in
mean,
the
you
future.
basically say Metal Gear also basically predicted the Illuminati, but Deus Ex kind of beat him to that because Deus Ex literally says Illuminati
The
in it.
Illuminati's been like a thing for like years though, dude.
Decades.
Like more than years. But,
Decades.
Well, technically it started as the Freemasons.
yeah.
You are right there. But speaking of Deus Ex, oh hey, look what I got.
There you go.
There's also there's been multiple Deus Ex games. It's a shame that they basically soft canceled the series at this point, to the best of my knowledge. But
Mankind Divided kind of would.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's soft canceled at this point. There might not be another one, but at least we got a couple really great games out of it. So
I mean, you had Deus Ex, you had Human Revolution, and you had Mankind Divided.
yeah, and you had that one game in between that I never played.
I don't know what you're talking about. That one doesn't exist.
But back to Metal Gear,
Yes.
Keith.
Like Metal Gear.
Yes.
But again, like going back, I was just thinking about it. You mentioned like, as though they were political, they were much more about other things.
Yeah, well, Metal Gear Solid was definitely. I would say it's an anti-war game. Like, look at the end of the game where it tells you straight up, like, while we have decommissioned all these warheads, there's still like 30,000 in the world or something, which I thought was pretty interesting. Metal Gear Solid 5 specifically has a lot of messages with that, where you can actually dismantle the bombs and warheads and stuff, which was interesting.
That was pretty cool,
No.
actually.
Honestly, it's like they're all anti-war, but it's also like you're playing this character, whether it's Snake or Raiden, and they're just like, God damn it, why can't this just be over? And you have all these people that just want to keep going with the war, that never want to stop.
Yeah.
Because they get paid for it, essentially.
Yeah, or
And then Metal Gear 2 basically brings the question of who really runs the country.
Yeah.
or
We
Yeah.
have the president, but they're like, the president's just a puppet.
Plus, one of the guys in Metal Gear Ride, I think I remember saying, things haven't been the same since SOP shut down.
Yeah.
Clean break from the war economy.
Which
Well, I hate to break it to you, but some of us like that war economy.
And I was about to actually transition with that. Rising, while you might not think it's like a super political game, it really much is, because it talks about like the war economy, like you just
Yeah.
implied.
I know, by no means will I ever say Rising is anything but political.
Right.
It's in the music in some of the songs.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And then
no.
there's my favorite one, Snake Eater.
Snake Eater's the best, I would say. It's overall. There might be some elements of other games that are better. Like, I think 2 had the best story, but like 3 just is the best overall package.
Honestly, for me, 4 has the best, like... What's
4 has some of the best cutscenes for sure.
4, well, I mean...
4 is honestly more of a cinematic movie.
Yes, it's a playable movie.
Yes.
But
That
I'm
might as
fine
well be
with
the
that.
entire series of Metal Gear Solid. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
But especially 4.
I agree with Ross mostly, but no, like, I'm not even talking about the cinematic. I'm talking about, like, the actual, when it comes to story, 4 has the best, like, fucking, not fallouts, but, like, repercussions.
Yeah.
And by repercussions, I'm talking about the BBs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was their backstory was pretty interesting. I thought.
Their backstories are interesting, but they're also
They're
the
tragic.
saddest things ever.
Yeah.
Because it's like I can't tell you how many times I'll see stories about these people who are like, wow, you were born on the battlefield,
Mm-hmm.
you fucking suffered the battlefield all your life, and then you ended up being a soldier for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or just,
it's
if you want to talk about some kind of tragedy, near the end of a person's life, the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, people want to say Snake is a great agent. Nah.
Well, spoilers, mind you, but
you're a spoiler.
thanks.
I'm not saying that, but like, no, look into the entirety of the character of the boss,
The
or
boss.
aka the Joy.
Yeah. Most interesting character, I think.
Yes.
In this-
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Most important character.
Very much.
Pretty much, yeah, the vital character.
Well,
yeah.
that was literally the one who mentored Snake.
I mean, fuck, the games have so much more like nuance to them than just
Oh, yeah.
political.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot more than just
There's
that.
A lot of good philosophy here.
Oh yeah.
There definitely is some elements for sure.
Now, I know Sim brought this question up to me. I'm going to bring it up to everyone. You, out of the B&Bs from Metal Gear Solid 4, who do you think had the worst of the bunch?
I'll be real with you. I haven't
can't
played
even
the game
remember half
in
of
years, so I don't remember them all offhand, but I definitely remember them all being very tragic.
Yeah.
They're all tragic. Honestly, for me, the one that has the worst, it's tied between Laughing Octopus and Crying Wolf.
I believe Octopus, if I remember correctly, was the most tragic, but I don't really remember all the findings.
They're all tragic in their own
Well,
rights.
yeah.
And they're all fucked up in their
Right,
own rights.
yeah.
But, like, Octopus is tragic because it's like, you either have to keep laughing seeing this horror happen, or you die.
Right.
And so it's like, that psychosis is stuck with her for almost ever, unless she gets some good therapy. For Crying Wolf, she had to accidentally kill her own younger sibling to survive.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that's a trauma you can never get past. Because it's not even she meant to. It was, she didn't realize she was covering his, like, all of the breathing and everything. Raging Raven is the only one that's blanking on me. But
Same here, probably because it wasn't really that.
No.
I know it was tragic, but
Oh, wait, no,
I just can't remember how tragic.
I remember what it was. It was, she was left out to be eaten by birds along with other people. That's what Raging Raven was. And then fucking Mantis is, you're stuck in this dark pit because you were hiding to survive. And, oh hey, look, your exit's cut off and you need to survive. And there's meat down there, but it's not the type that you should eat. But you gotta survive somehow. And
I thought it was interesting how the BBs kind of had parallels to Metal Gear Solid 1's enemies.
that was the
Yes.
that was the purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Even though you never got
Rehash
to see,
them
like,
somehow.
a full-on octopus from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, well,
1.
that's actually so the octopus fight in 4 was what Kojima wanted to do in the first game with that fight.
with Decoy
yeah, that's why
Octopus.
Decoy Octopus, like, you never fight him, is because they couldn't make that fight work.
Yeah, well, I mean, they could have, but
Not-
there was obviously things in the way. I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, again, technology wasn't there to do the fight the way he wanted to do
Yeah.
it. That's why when they made the PS3 came around,
But we had
the
that cool
technology was
Psycho
there.
Mantis one to make up for it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Psychopaths is definitely entertaining, but damn. Words.
Moving on.
Oh man, I love the BBs, and they all deserve the biggest hugs. Okay, anyways, either more Metal Gear or we talking about something else.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
All right, Keith, take the pick.
Take a pick.
Take a pick.
Fucking.
That one.
Yeah.
That one. One of these ones over
You know how
there.
It's like
Little
that
that narrows
one,
it
that
down.
one, that one, that one.
Assassin's Creed then?
Assassin's
Let's
Creed.
go for it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, me and you. Let's fight. Okay.
Let's fight.
All right. All right. So we got 6 games here. Okay, we got Assassin's Creed Rogue, Black Flag, the Ezio Trilogy, and Connor.
I'd say Rogue is probably the most underrated one.
Rogue is definitely an underrated one, and honestly, when it comes to so first of all, the entire Assassin's Creed franchise is political as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
No one can deny that. But when it comes to the most political, Ezio, Rogue, and Black Flag, and
I mean, 3.
three
You
is
literally have a mission where you have to make sure the signing of the Declaration happens.
yeah.
And you're in Independence Hall. You're literally there and helping the revolution happen.
While partly questioning it too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Most did you really have to belch in that?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Keith, did he have to belch in that?
Yes.
All right, that's fair. I'll give you that. Okay, but no, honestly, when in your opinion, when it comes to the politics, what do you think the franchise usually tries to go for?
That's a good question.
I think what's interesting about Assassin's Creed is like it takes historical realism and mixes it with like
Yeah.
fiction. So there's that balance there.
Like, they use the actual history as a base.
Yeah. But they'll kind of tweak it to make
Yes.
it interesting.
They'll tweak the parts they know they can get away with,
Yeah.
while making sure people know that no, this is what actually happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Or at least as
Because
far
probably,
back as
like,
we
in
can
the
tell.
story, they'll do it, but, like, if you actually read a lot of the flavor text and involve a lot of people involved, they actually relate the actual thing.
Yeah. Honestly, when it comes to like political views in the franchise, I noticed that like a lot of the Assassin's Creed games lean more towards anarchy,
Yes.
rather than like diplomacy or.
Well, I mean, just look at the one big motto they had: nothing is true and everything is permitted.
Yeah.
Which Revelations goes into actually great detail to explaining everything about it.
Oh, I fucking love Revelations.
Such a good one.
Oh, such a beautiful ending. God, the feels. The feels.
Still only as feelsy as Black Flag's ending, though. I'm sorry.
They are equally feelsy. Fuck you.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I tear every time I see Blackbeard just go, basically salute you.
I'm a simple man. I had a little giggle when Uncle Mario said, "It's a me, Mario."
Oh no, that
was hilarious.
That was one of the greatest Easter eggs ever.
That
for
was
games.
really great.
But yeah, no, like honestly, when it comes to the Ezio trilogy, though, it's such an amazing like fall from grace story and how it rises up.
Yep.
Calling out the political bullshit throughout all three games, but mostly the first two, and then trying to see what it's like to get supporters on your side, how you can raise it up from there.
If I can inject a little bit, I mainly only played Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, but like the 2 trilogy, but I just liked how in 2 they bring a lot of Machiavellianism into the play, which isn't so much
you
political.
literally interact with Machiavelli.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, the principles of Machiavellianism and the background and, like, you know, like the religious element, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot to say about it as much as you guys, but I just wanted to inject that in.
I don't know, that's fine. I'm glad you brought something into the conversation.
Black Flag
no
goes
matter
along
how dumb
'cause-
it was, I'm glad you brought something.
Black Flag goes on because what most people don't realize about pirates. People think pirates were just like, "Gar, me making it." No, pirates were actually former government officials.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. They were known as privateers.
Yep. No.
And then the government's just like, "Okay, you're done." Pirates is like, "Nah, we want to keep stealing."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, like, honestly, what I love about Black Flag is that you see Blackbeard, you see a lot of these other famous pirates from back in the day and whatnot. And what you know from history classes, if they fucking taught you,
Is they're trying to get the One Piece.
shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, I had to do that. I had to do that one more.
Your dumb ass.
I love One Piece, but just fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
It had to be
I don't
done.
even-
It had to be done.
No,
No, it really didn't.
Okay,
But
anyways. No, so in history class, when the pirates are brought up, if it actually is, because we all know how American history classes are.
Or any history class.
Garbage. It depends on the country, but mostly American. Anyways, fucking, whenever pirates are brought up, they were the bad guys. Stay away from them. That's all you fucking really get told. Or like, oh, there was nothing good about pirates. They just ruined shit. It's like you have Assassin's Creed being like, they weren't that fucking bad. And honestly, when you actually do look at history, how much do we really know about Blackbeard? Little to nothing.
I know, yeah, barely anything.
All we know is, oh, he destroyed a bunch of ships and stole shit and whatnot.
Yeah.
But for what reason?
Yeah, I want to know the reason. Besides, of course, the crown fucked him over.
Right.
And you have Assassin's Creed being like, don't get me wrong, he is a bad guy, but he's not going around murdering everyone just because they walk across his path.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Just because you're a bad guy
Doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good way to point out when you have what's it called, like when people get ready for war and whatnot, that's the enemy. They're bad.
Like brainwashing.
Not brainwashing.
Indoctrination?
Not indoctrination. Fucking like
Propaganda.
propaganda. Yes, it's a prime example of propaganda and whatnot. If you're a pirate, you're evil and you will go to jail. And it's like, I mean, I'm a modern day pirate. I steal movies all the fucking time. I'm not gonna fucking hide that. As towards what movies, that's the secret.
Yeah, that's the.
But would you download a car?
Yes,
I
I
would
would.
do-
I fucking would in a heartbeat.
I think most people would, because that's thousands of dollars.
To clarify, Chris, that's from those anti-piracy ads
Yes.
back in the day. Would you download a car? And I'm like, yes, I fucking
yes,
would.
I would.
Do you know how
Yes.
expensive a car is?
In this day and age,
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, just in general. But no, then we gotta go to Assassin's Creed Rogue. And I love Rogue for one important reason. And it is calling out when
The bullshit.
calling out when your own party is bullshit. Yes.
Call out the hypocrisy of your own party.
Oh, I'm
Political party you're talking about?
Keep those things
There
on.
being hypocrisy on both sides.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and it's like Rogue is an underrated game because yes, our main character Shay, he joins the Templars and whatnot.
But he has reasons.
He had his reasons. He left the Order because they were being douchebags. They were kind of going back on their own shit.
They were literally going against their own thing. Because one of their main tenets is never harm an innocent.
And
Shay sees it happening and kills just goes, fuck him.
like from friends of mine who have served military and whatnot, and with Achilles wasn't really just like, oh, fuck him and stuff. It was more of like, so when you're in the military, your commanding officer or whoever's above you doesn't have to fucking really tell you shit. Like, they just got, like, they can tell you your orders and that's it.
Yeah.
You can question all you want, they still don't have to fucking tell you shit. So it's like, I understand where Achilles was standing when he didn't tell Shay anything, but it's also like, you should have fucking said something.
But it's literally, dude, we're breaking one of our own tenets right here. And you're basically like, yeah, so?
Follow your orders, soldier. That's
Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Achilles, I'm gonna kill everybody.
It is odd because they do have similar ideologies, but just take it in a different way.
Oh, yeah.
They both want to make the world a better place.
It's like they have the same goal.
But
Like
different
they've
means.
said it. We Hathan's actually said it before, if I remember correctly. It was Hathan that brought it up. We have the same goals. It's just the methods we disagree on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and honestly, it's like, if I had a choice, I'd choose the Creed myself every fucking time.
But the fact that they're both manipulated,
Yeah.
being just kind of fooled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I will say that because of Rogue, because of Shay's actions, it did help the Order wise up, be like, you know what? We gotta be better, because we don't want more Shays.
Yep.
So that's a plus.
I mean, hell,
Fucking love him as a
funny thing is, if it wasn't for Shay, Achilles would be dead.
It's true.
Shay is the one who literally convinced Hathan not to kill him.
Yeah.
Because he brought up the fun point. He's like, no, we don't need to. He has no one to rule over. He's nothing. He has no power at all. He's useless. And he just goes, okay, kneecaps him.
Yep.
Which, thankfully, it taught Achilles humility and fucking made him a much better character in 3.
Yep.
I still will always have those feels at his funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
When you do the final homestead mission and you're burying him.
bro, don't bring my emotions back up, man. Oh my god. No, I love the entire Assassin's Creed franchise.
Oh,
and
dude, it's so good.
Yeah. Chris, pick the next political game.
I saw Duke Nukem near you. Where is that?
Oh, that's right there, actually.
At least this kind of, I've never really.
Especially since we all met the guy himself.
Not
Yeah.
just met him. I've gotten drunk and high with him.
I've smoked with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
One of these days, I'll introduce you.
That'd be cool.
dude. You'll love meeting this man. He is. Like, a lot of these big people are like, yes, they claim to be friends with their friends. Nah, John says that and means it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He always sounds like a really cool guy from everything that I've heard.
Oh, straight up he is. He has his own con, too.
Yeah.
It's a cruise con.
Oh,
Not
really?
Con
Really?
AC.
That's
Wow.
so cool.
That literally started from the actual thing called Not Con. Which is where we met him.
Maritime law.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh.
Duke Nukem Forever, I feel like, isn't as political as most other games, but you definitely, there's governmental involvement.
If
at the
anything,
beginning.
I'd say it's more anti-cop than anything.
Oh, yeah.
Considering, and I can't say about Forever, but I know the other ones, some of the other games were literally called pigs.
Yeah.
They were literal pigs as cops.
Yeah, there's pig cops and all that.
No, like, there is some politics when it comes to the Duke Nukem franchise and whatnot. I only grabbed Forever because that's the only one I had.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, that's, if there's going to be a political one, it's probably going to be that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, the actual real-world political controversies when it comes to Duke Nukem Forever are fucking hilarious. Because
So-
it's just dumb people bitching about bitching.
Well,
Yeah.
people do that anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Elaborate.
Just like there's a lot of people that were like, this game took like 13 years and it's a steaming pile of dog water.
Oh.
And then it just led from one political pipe to another. And it's like, I don't know how this got so political so fucking fast. And none of it really adds up.
I'm just going to say that while Duke Nukem 3D is one of the greatest games ever, and Forever might not be as good, I feel like people shit on Forever for like the worst reasons. It's like a 6, 7 out of 10 game that people actually it's like a
it's
2.
because people overhype the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're expecting this thing to be the second coming of video game Jesus. when
Well,
it
no,
comes out.
it's also like a lot of people are like, it's not even like dumb, gross out humor and shit. I'm like, have you never played Duke Nukem before? Like, literally, it's, in my honest opinion, it's basically just like a slight sequel to the previous games.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to it. If you thought it was some deep shit like Bioshock,
No.
I'm sorry, I don't know
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the fuck you got that idea.
So the
Plus,
thing about
didn't this game go through development hell?
I was just
Yeah.
about to say the problem with
Like
Duke Nukem
Gearbox- it was
Forever
started-
is that
It
if I
started
can
with
finish
3D.
really quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that with Duke Nukem Forever, it was such a development hell that they just took the ideas that did work from 3D Realms and basically just made their own version of it, and it worked. It followed the plan, is pretty close. That's all I had to say.
Well, you kind of mentioned the point I was going to say anyway, so
Yeah, there we go.
there we go. Moving on.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Dude,
Ross, pick the next political game.
Well, since it was mentioned, let's go Bioshock.
Oh, well, yeah, it was mentioned.
It was.
I wonder who said that.
Segway.
Time to chew ass and kick bubble gum.
And I'm all out of rum.
Now, Grant, I know you
Yes.
got some views on the Bioshock franchise.
So Bioshock is interesting because I know at least one of you guys owns Ayn Rand, right?
Mhm.
So
I don't own it, but I have read it.
yeah, so objectivism. It's Ayn Rand's philosophy that she made. Ayn Rand's just a very interesting person to begin with. But,
Oh, no, I agree.
So Bioshock is both like, I feel like it has a lot of criticisms of objectivism, which some of them are valid, some of them just go out the window because they bring out
I mean,
splicers and...
Andrew Ryan's entire philosophy is basically, you deserve the fruits of your labor.
Andrew Ryan, Ayn Rand,
Don't even
Andrew...
know.
I'm not, no,
He's not doing a joke.
no,
He's
that is not a jar joke at all.
Yeah, no,
That's
I will defend that one.
also
Okay,
there's a
fine.
character called Atlas Shrugged.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can see the parallels with Ayn Rand's work,
Yep.
especially Atlas Shrugged. Now, of course, she's done stuff like The Fountainhead. And,
But that's her big one.
yeah, Atlas Shrugged is what she's most known for. Fountainhead, to a lesser degree, she's known for that one too. But a lot of the principles of objectivism are taken into there, like and then again, the beginning of Atlas Shrugged says, they ask, I have the brain for what's his name.
You got it. I believe in you.
I believe in me too, but I am just having the biggest brain fart right now, probably because we had all this food and all these energy drinks before. But
Wait, we had food and energy drinks? Where the fuck was I?
you were in La La Land apparently.
You can't prove that.
Uncle Hank did something.
Uncle Hank did something. But anyway, I'm just drawing a blank. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at here is that, yeah, they draw a lot of their beliefs from Ayn Rand's philosophies.
Yeah.
So it's less of a political in the sense of like American politics or whatever, as much as it is like capitalism and financial politics, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Which again, Ayn Rand was like capitalism o'clock. She was complete capitalist. She saw the downfall of the Soviet Russia, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So she saw like how shit things were over there, and because of that, she said, well, the fruit of one's labor, as you mentioned, should be basically the defining principle. If people, again, one of the principles of Atlas Shrugged is that the creators, the inventors, the people that contribute to the world go on strike, then what would happen to the world? And that's kind of one of the background principles of that book.
Because the whole point he wanted to start Rapture, this whole thing is basically, he basically said, hey, if you have an idea, I'll help you start.
And I'm sorry, John Galt was the character's name that I was breaking up. Literally, the book asks you who is John Galt. You don't find out who John Galt is until the last third of the novel.
Yeah. Because Ben Resign's like, okay, I hate the way the government works here. I'm going to start my own. And basically, it's like,
Yeah, so minor
Yeah.
spoiler for the book, but you also have to read over 1,000 pages, and let's be real, most people watching this podcast aren't going to read that book.
I mean, it was honestly, it was very hard for me to even read part of that book.
It's a very... I listened to it on audiobook, full disclosure. It was like a 50-something hour read.
You see, I should have done an audiobook because I could have understood it better.
Yeah, so I think it's the second longest book I've ever read behind Don Quixote, which, shout out, I love Don Quixote a lot.
I performed the play.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was in the play of Man La Mancha in high school.
Yeah, that's just such a great book. I love it.
No, honestly, what was it called? Basically, overall, would you agree that it is basically libertarianism, but with anarcho-capitalism?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that in Bioshock. So Bioshock's interesting because it's
Because
like...
there wasn't really a full-on government.
Well, I was going to say, Andrew...
It was more of like, hey, I'm just going to make my own place away from the government.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
so
Like,
basically...
we gotta have rules here.
Yeah, Andrew Ryan is basically John Galt, but a lot more flaws. Like, so again, the principles of Atlas Shrugged is like Ayn Rand uses her characters more as concepts. They're not meant to be like good characters. Let's be real here. Like John Galt is, I mean, he was like Gary Sue, like he's a perfect guy, but that's the point. He's supposed to be like the ideal man. Andrew Ryan is more of an actual legit character. He's like, what if we were to take John Galt and put him in real life, basically, and try to form a government? This is kind of like the flaw.
And then the news shows that people take advantage of the. That's where Fontaine comes in.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So, that's the Fountainhead right there. That's a little Easter egg. Yes. Aha! We see what we did there.
And that's just in the first one. Then there's Infinite.
Infinite is...
Infinite for me was just too confusing to give a shit.
It wasn't even that it was confusing, it was just that the mechanics were so dumbed down compared to the first two games that I was so disappointed. There's some parts that were better, but...
Let me rephrase that. It was dumbed down in a way that made it too confusing to give a shit.
Yeah.
Not really. I think that they made it less complicated, actually, because...
It was dumbed down to be too confusing.
There's always a lighthouse.
I'm just saying I thought the 2-weapon limit was lame in Bioshock.
Or,
Infinite.
constants and variables.
Yeah.
I just like how in the original Bioshock you could just hold 8 weapons or whatever. You get all the weapons with the wheel.
And in 2.
And 2. Yeah. But then the Infinite's like, you get 2 weapons, and I'm like, fuck you! I want to have all the weapons.
Yeah, no, it's like I could deal with that to a degree, but it was pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, now Bioshock 2, the main game.
No,
I like the main game.
It might not be
still
as
fine, but
as
its comparison to 1 and Infinite, it was kind of bleh.
Dude, 2 is still way better.
It was still okay.
Here's what I'm gonna say. It's 1, 2, Infinite in that order.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And honestly,
they all get a little
I've
worse.
really gone my entire life without Infinite, and been happy.
Sure. I mean,
But then they made Infinite, so I was unhappy.
But hey, Infinite gave us Burial at Sea, and that was fun.
It was okay.
Burial at Sea was definitely better than the main game. I'll agree with you there.
Burial at Sea was okay.
But if we're going to talk about really good Bioshock DLC, Minerva's Dead.
That was a good shit.
I actually did not play that, and that's the one Bioshock.
It's in this.
Yeah,
it is in this.
And I do have this, but I just never played it.
You should. You should.
I just never played it.
Really good.
I believe it, and I will try it.
Yeah. But honestly, I love how Andrew Ryan tried making this great utopia under the sea, and because of Fontaine and shit, it just really got fucked up.
So
and there's actually details of why I have the book somewhere.
I will let you take that right now.
Yeah, I have the book. It's just in my bins. So yes, there is a book that was written explaining the entire downfall of Rapture.
Oh yeah, no. Give me a summary. Give me a summary.
Basically, basically it's essentially that. Everyone, and then it became too chaotic. People wanted to leave. They couldn't.
Yeah.
And then Fontaine basically just tried taking over everything.
Yeah.
He wanted to be the head guy in charge, and he tried everything he could to undermine Andrew Ryan at every turn he could get.
Which again comes with the parallels of Atlas Shrugged and John Galt's government there. So.
Yep.
Whatever.
Not much. Love it. Oh man. All right, we're gonna take a break for our sponsor, Chris. Give me 3 minutes on the clock.
Which disclaimer? I'm not gonna put it.
All right, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
This is our
3,
sponsor and asterisk not
2,
sponsor.
1.
I'm gonna advertise the Little Matcha Girl on Webtoon. That is a great fucking series. It's hilarious as fuck. The artwork is phenomenal in several different ways. You would love it, Keith.
Ross, can you shut the fuck up?
I'm just giving cool music to the background.
Oh no, I'm just gonna turn that music down to 0. Fuck you, Ross. Let's see here. I'll still never get over that time you decided to belch.
Oh
so
my god, yeah, we
obviously.
still talk about that.
Anyways, but no, Little Matcha Girl, it's a great fucking story. It's basically about this girl, her name is Matilda Cha. Matcha! Yeah, and she is a necromancer. She comes from a family of necromancers.
Cool.
And she wants, this is in a fantasy world, and she wants to be the YouTube equivalent of like a vlogger, kind of, like an ad vlogger.
Yeah.
But instead of YouTube, it's RuneTube.
RuneTube.
And it's adventure blogger. Yeah, that's basically what she wants to be. And she's just like, I really don't want to do the family business, in which I'm not going to say what it is for spoilers and whatnot, but it's a very enjoyable, cute story. And you can get the feels pretty fucking quickly, actually. They're on like season 2, season 3 right now. Mm-hmm. And it's just...
How long is each season?
Season 1 was 55 chapters.
Okay.
So, I forget. I'm still binging it right fucking now, actually.
Sure, gotcha.
And no, honestly, I'd recommend this to everyone here, especially the comedy alone. There are so many fucking memes in this fucking series.
Nice.
I can't help but smile at every fucking chapter until the feels come in.
What'd you say this was called again?
The Little Matcha Girl.
This much is true. Ooh. Sorry. The
Nah,
song
you-
stuck in my head.
No, you good, homie. You good, bud. You good. You good. You're allowed. And time. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. That was just about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, with the interruptions.
Yeah. No, I took the interruptions into account just in case. Fuck you, Ross. Now, Ross, would you kindly pick the next political games?
Well, I see what you did there.
Res-
Did you kindly?
Resi. We gotta go Resi.
Resi? Okay, I'm gonna let Grant and Keith handle.
So, Resident Evil is interesting in the fact that it's not that political, but like
Big Pharma.
I was about to say, yeah, but the first game, of course, the Umbrella Corporation, Big Pharma, which, it's not so much political as much as it is like the medical field, which, that does tie in with politics,
It
though.
ties heavily.
Yeah,
with
oh,
politics.
Exactly. It's not like
Umbrella is like bribery and corruption.
right.
Bam.
I'm just saying you wouldn't think politics with Resident Evil, but because
Well,
of Big Pharma, which
so-
ties in with it.
It's Big Pharma plus all of the fucking like police forces, all the special units.
Yeah, I guess there is definitely. I mean, there's like straight up a police station in the second game, which is one of the places you visit. So.
The anti-terrorist groups they made just to fight.
Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some
Stars.
bioweapons to go in and try to take out all the stars. Remember?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Again, Leon is actually employed by the president of the United States to save his daughter, which
By the fourth one.
yeah, the fourth one. So
I need
And-
to save my daughter.
Even if you were to take out Big Pharma, guess what? You still got terrorist groups.
True.
That's the
bioterrorism, yeah.
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 Which is, it's not so much a thing as it is there, but I
At
mean,
least-
again,
Like at least up between 1 and 6. 7 and 8 are kind of not going there.
seven still has that though.
7 still has it. 8 is different. 8 is. I'm sorry. 8 has one of the dumbest things ever, which is talking about the origin of Umbrella. I don't
Yeah.
care what Ava says.
That
That
is
shit's
kinda
fucking retarded.
That is kind of dumb. Hilarious, but dumb.
I mean, then again, this is a series where it says, you, the master of lockpicking, will best have this lockpick or something like that. And Jill sandwiches, mind you. So Resident Evil's always had a dumb
that's just
element.
bad writing.
No, you know what?
Which is dumb, yes.
You know what, Grant?
What?
I would have took you more seriously if you just went and it's Jill sandwich. But then you decided to say this lockpicking bullshit.
That literally happens in the first game.
No,
though.
I know. But I would have took you more seriously if you just said Jill sandwich or I have this. As
Or
in Barry
I hope this
Yeah.
isn't Chris's blood.
But no, you decided to start with the dumbest fucking thing.
Exactly, because we're pointing out dumb shit.
Shut the fuck up.
Motherfucker!
Shut the fuck up. I want to point out how dumb you are with this lockpicking bullshit. That you had to focus on the lockpicking bullshit.
Because it's the dumbest line, but it's great.
You are so dumb on this lockpicking bullshit. You made me focus on this lockpicking bullshit for the last 2 fucking minutes. That's how fucking dumb this is.
I know, he's
and I
being
won't,
great,
I won't be able to take you seriously.
The acting back in them days.
The acting was phenomenal.
It was so
I'm
bad, it was
sorry.
great.
Bad voice acting is hilarious.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh man, but yeah, no, I mean, again, Resident Evil is a great series. It's just a lot of fun. If you tune out all the political stuff, I mean, you wouldn't even really notice it anyway.
I mean, if you know the political stuff, then it'd just be a zombie game. nothing
Exactly.
else.
Yeah.
Which, unless you're actually paying attention, you think it was a zombie game.
Yeah. Keith, what are your thoughts on the Resident Evil franchise?
My thoughts on
Yes.
fun, get to shoot a zombie in the face game.
Yeah.
They're just fun games. I never got really too deep into the political aspect of it. I get that it's there, but it was never like.
It's like, as long as you don't think about it.
It's not
not
as heavy as other shit until 4.
I mean,
Yeah. And 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
you are right. Never really thought about that
No,
until you
actually-
mentioned it.
How did you never think about that during 4? The whole purpose of the game is you gotta go save the president's daughter.
Yeah. Now, one thing I think that's interesting about 5, and I find this kind of head scratching, is we know it takes place in Africa.
Yes.
This is less political and more like controversial. I think you know what I'm about to say.
This controversy was hilarious as fuck, and I was all
it was
going for
absurd.
The Capcom is racist controversy.
It's like you're in Africa. Of course they're going to be black. Most people in Africa are black. That's just how it is.
Well, it kind of goes.
in four,
Wait. First of all,
Yeah.
you racist motherfucker.
It's
No. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. First
You
of all,
had to say it, boy. You had to say it.
First of all,
here we go.
I'm gonna be politically correct right now.
Okay.
Most people in Africa are either black or Middle Eastern. Get your facts right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It also kind of doesn't help that at some point in 5, when you head to the people, when you go into the actual village, and you just hear people go. Blah, 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 blah.
I mean, it could have been worse. They could have been throwing fried chicken at him.
Oh God. That's actually right.
God damn. Okay, get your fried chicken.
Hey, you're not
That
throwing
would've
fried
been
chicken,
fucked
but
up.
you are throwing chicken periods at them.
Yeah.
Eggs are weapons.
Sonic, yeah.
Well,
I forgot that you could.
I guess that is
You
true.
can-
And there is
Like the
that.
regular egg, like you can actually take down bosses with a rotten egg.
To be fair, they had that in 4 as well.
Yeah, but it didn't come into major, like all of
Okay, I have to say this now. I did not know you could actually throw the egg.
Oh yeah.
And that just blew my mind right
Yeah, you
there.
can-
There's actually an achievement/trophy for killing
Uncle with
an
the
enemy
rotten-
with a
with
rotten
an-
egg.
yeah.
That is dumb.
Because there's
man.
the
Isn't it
regular,
great?
there's the regular white, your white egg, a brown egg, a gold egg,
Gold
and the
egg.
rotten egg.
Yeah.
Which the rotten egg can cause you and enemies damage.
I think only the rotten egg was only in 5, right?
As far as I remember, yes.
Yeah, because that wasn't in 4 right now.
I mean, is it in 4 remake by chance?
I don't.
It is
remember.
not. No, they do have gold eggs though.
Mm.
Yep.
All right, but no, honestly, like 5, it's great if you have a friend.
Yes, it's not as fun by yourself.
5 is definitely something you
Oh,
need to co-op for.
yeah,
Because the
especially-
AI if it's the AI for Sheva is just, it's bad.
Whether
Hey,
it's-
her AI was great with a sniper though.
No, he's talking about the same thing. I'm gonna agree. It's terrible with any form of medical shit.
Or,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
That
Like,
took,
I could get shot and only lose like this much health. She's wasting a whole first aid spray
Yeah.
on me.
That right
to
now.
quote, because to quote Yahtzee, if you're running in fear from your partner for medical shit, that's how you know the AI is bad.
Yeah.
And that's when she wasn't stealing all the ammo.
Yeah. She's an ammo hog.
Sorry.
Go for the thing on her chest!
That's funny.
And Wesker didn't die.
I love Shepard though, all things considered.
Oh no,
Sheva was fine.
Yeah.
That was great. She also has great outfits too.
Yeah, oh yeah. The clubbing and the all the other outfits. Ooh yeah.
Let's see here.
Best is the Amazon outfit.
Yeah, Amazon was my
Yep.
favorite.
Oh my goodness. Then let's talk about the biggest controversy when it comes to the Resident Evil franchise. There is one person in our group. He is not here right now.
I think I know who this is.
Shut the fuck up, Grant. No, honestly, this is the biggest controversy. Let's talk about the giraffe getting head.
Now that's political.
Our friend does not believe the giraffe is getting head on that cover.
Oh, it totally is. Totally is.
It's totally a giraffe getting a beach.
Like,
Oh yeah.
there's no way in Resident Evil 6 that giraffe is not getting its dick sucked.
Oh yeah. Totally. It's going hard, going deep. Shuck it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
You gonna say it?
Say it.
What are you gonna say?
Say it.
It's because of Resident Evil 6 that we lost Toys R Us, because that was definitely
I did not even think that. That is brilliant. Rest in peace, Jeffrey.
No, you wanna know why I know it was that?
Why?
Why?
Because out of all the stores, and this is a fact, I can guarantee prove it,
Uh huh.
Toys R Us was actually selling it the day before everyone else.
What?
Yes.
It leaked early there. Or?
No, like they just sold it a day early.
Nice.
Whoa.
Like my assumption is they probably read things wrong or whatever, but they sold that game the day before launch.
Well, how about that?
Blowjob conspiracy.
We lost Toys R Us because Jeffrey had to get his dick sucked.
Jeffrey had to get his dick sucked while showing it to the world.
I hope everyone's actually getting the reference.
I mean, if they're not,
you
they
know-
should be in this
Well,
podcast.
if you know-
Look.
If you know, you know.
Just look up the Resident Evil 6 logo. It looks
Yep.
like a giraffe getting his duck sucked. That's all you need
His
to know.
ducks.
His duck. His duck sucked.
Duck
You know-
sucks?
you know-
Really? You?
I didn't mean to say that, but yes.
You know what, Keith? When you start ending this episode, just put the giraffe on top of us.
I'll
Yeah.
put it in somewhere.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Just like sucks.
Congratulations! You can put another one on your list.
Grant's own brain auto-corrected him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. gracious. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh,
that's funny.
okay. Moving
Alright,
on now.
okay, Chris, choose the next game we should talk about.
Let's see here. What the heck we got right here?
Let's see,
told
so we're
you
done
the
with
story
this-
of Dark
we're done with
Ages the
these
Wild.
ones?
Okay, so my
So
question
we
is,
have-
why do we have Sly Cooper here again?
Oh.
I didn't play a lot of Sly Cooper.
So the Sly Cooper franchise, we'll go with whatever Chris wants after this one because I might as well answer this.
Sure.
So I put Sly Cooper in here because I can see the politics in it, and the politics being you're playing a thief.
Yeah.
So and this thief has reasons, not just I want money. It's like he's
He's
still
got the raisins.
like he's almost essentially a Robin character in a way.
yeah. So
just-
stealing from the poor or rich to give to the poor, but
Like
not quite.
he's stealing rich stuff. That's like who really cares about this thing?
Okay.
You know? And then it's like, everyone's on his ass about it. It's like, why? Why do they need to and stuff? And he has his reasons, too.
But how is this political is my question.
Fuck you, it is.
Okay.
There
So
it
it isn't, but it is.
Yes.
Okay. You
It-
just wanted to bring up the game.
You could draw the parallels.
The parallels are there. I'm kind of blanking on it right now. But it also comes down to, like, why is it all on this, on like these three guys? I was going to say one, but I'm like, wait, no, there is also the turtle and the hippo. They are in there, too.
I like the turtle's voice.
Murray
It's
and,
very
Murray and Bentley.
Mm-hmm. And
Sly!
And it's like, yeah, he's stealing, but he's not stealing like the cure for cancer. No, he's stealing
This man has the money in his mattress and we're taking it.
yes,
Okay.
you know, and it's not like that guy needs it. He's insured for it. So,
So-
what does it matter?
So basically, he's the closest thing to a Robin Hood that the game industry has, to the best of our knowledge.
he's the closest thing to a furry Robin Hood besides Robin Hood from Disney.
Right. Well, yeah.
Who has the most? Which has the most depressing song ever?
Yeah, that is one of them. One of them.
A depressing song you don't need visualization for.
But yeah, I'm done with Sly Cooper. Anyone else want to add on, or should we go to the Chris's game?
Chris has a bit of a big one, I would say.
Chris chose Star Wars.
So Star Wars. is a-
Senate.
I was,
There is so
I was gonna
much
say
politics.
literally just the prequel trilogy alone, especially episodes 2 and 3. Lots of politics.
2 is too much politics.
Yeah, 2 is like politics the movie,
Yeah.
practically.
No,
Yeah.
honestly, the franchise as a whole is nothing but politics, and I can understand and get behind
It's
that.
space
too.
politics.
Yeah, I mean, especially the prequels. The original trilogy definitely had a lot of politics going on, though.
But this is for Force Unleashed, which
Yeah.
takes place between 3 and 4, and I'm here for it. Force Unleashed was a great game and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
It
honestly,
had potential.
when you look at the potential political views when it comes to Force Unleashed, it's like, how do you justify all of this shit? That, you know, whether like you're for the Sith or not, or you're for the Jedi or not. and stuff.
do in episodes.
You know,
I got really awkwardly silent there.
Yeah, I wish Matt was here because then he can go into more detail about this. But you know what?
Yeah.
No one needs Star Wars anymore. Fuck Star Wars and their politics.
We've mentioned
Yes.
it. We're moving on.
I at this point, I've firmly placed the line between pre and post George Lucas Star Wars.
You know what, Grant? I'm gonna let you rant about this for a bit.
Yakuza
The
series?
Yakuza, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Yakuza series is interesting because it's much more, obviously, Japanese politics.
If you know how Japanese politics works.
Yeah, and there's a lot of games, of course. So you have 0 through
6.
7. And there's going to be an 8th one. There's some spin-offs. There's a lot of Yakuza games. They're all really great, by the way. 3 is actually the worst one in the series, I would say, and it's still pretty fun.
Funny enough,
so?
that's the one you gave me.
I know
too.
because I had a spare copy of it there, so you
Yeah.
got a free one. But
Bro, you sold that to me for $5. Fuck you.
it's still worth $5.
You're worth $5.
$5.
Majima is the
Damn.
best. I mean, you
So,
want to say Kazuya?
How much are we selling for now?
I'm about $3.50 now. With
I gave him a dollar.
Okay, but moving on. Yeah, so there's just a lot to talk about with Yakuza, so I'm just not gonna really go into too much details. But
I wouldn't mind going into some detail.
sure. Well, let's just start with the basics. Do we all know what the Yakuza is?
Never played.
Okay. Well,
So,
actual.
he's about the actual Yakuza.
Yeah.
That's
So
Jap-
you know
Oh, the
Japanese-
Japanese mafia?
Essentially, yes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's differences, of
Oh,
course, but
overall, it's essentially organized crime.
yes, it's protection. Other stuff.
But even then, the Yakuza, like, there's just like most of them, though. they don't fuck. They tend not to fuck with the innocent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, they have the rules. They follow them.
They have their honor among thieves, if you will.
Yeah, they're, from my understanding, and I could be very wrong, they're maybe a little bit better than the Mafia, perhaps.
It depends on the mafia.
Yeah.
It depends on a lot of factors.
Yeah.
Like, if you go with like regular Italians, they're okay. Sicilians!
The Sicilians are a little brutal from my understanding.
They're a little more.
Yeah.
But
Then you have the cartels.
Yeah.
They're the worst, if you ask me.
But yeah, bringing in the Yakuza series here, it's so again. There's a lot of just like subtle elements. Again, for example, let's bring in the newest mainline entry here, the seventh one, which is
Like a Dragon?
Yeah, Like a Dragon. It's actually called 7 over in Japan there, but. Long story short, one of the main villains is actually like running for political office in that game. The main character, they talk about like issues like prostitution and stuff like that. Soap lands. Do you guys know what soap lands are?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, but desire water.
desire.
All right, so Soaplands.
Desire the water.
Soaplands, you were saying?
So I want to go to a soap land, but I can't because I'm an American. But a soap land, it's basically where a hot girl in like a bikini will wash you, and it's like kind of lewd. Obviously, there's no sexual stuff involved, but it might as well
So it's
be.
almost like a public bath.
It's a public bath, but with like a hot chick bathing you.
So it's essentially.
Why can I actually see a hentai from this?
Oh, I'm sure there probably
There's
is.
a lot of it.
There is.
There's a lot of like Japanese porn videos that spawn from
Rule
that.
34,
Ooh,
sir.
yeah.
Rule 34.
If something exists, there's a
There's
porn
porn
parody.
Yep.
You're nura nura.
No
Yeah.
exceptions. No exceptions either.
And if not, consult Rule 35. If it doesn't exist, it will eventually.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to what I was saying here, yeah, so that's just the newest game. That covers all those elements.
I'd like to point out that when Like a Dragon, aka Yakuza 7, came out, as you were mentioning, one of the guys going into politics and whatnot, that's been going on for decades. There's always some Yakuza member that's in.
Well,
in
so
the
this
political sector.
this guy actually isn't a main Yakuza member though.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but I mean, like, it's a good way to reference how
Oh.
that's a real life thing.
Right.
There's always that one politician that's deep into the Yakuza pockets because he secretly is Yakuza.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the same with the Italian mafia.
Oh yeah, no, always.
If it wasn't government officials, it was police.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just
But-
look at Al Capone.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Motherfucker got away with a lot thanks to his cousin.
It just, as a side tangent, I find it absolutely insane that what got Al Pacone, or Al Pacone.
That sounded like a
I
dessert.
mean, hell, it was
Yeah.
thanks to him we got expiration dates on milk.
Yeah?
I actually did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's one thing I learned in history class.
Wait, why?
That's like the
I know
whole
we're
thing.
off topic, but why?
'Cause
Go on.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I just know that that was a thing because of him.
I'll go.
I mean, hell, he actually, while he was a gangster at the head of things, he actually did do things for the community. He actually did do good
Yeah.
things. Mostly to make himself look good, but he still did them.
Right.
No, like I that is one thing I will say, regardless of politics and whatnot. I do actually support organized crime. So like, if
Whoa, what? That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
Well, because they're doing all that, but at the same time,
like don't get me wrong, they do a lot of shitty things with organized crime.
But
and-
most of the time they do it because you've crossed them.
because you cross them, but also at the end of the day, they take care of their community.
They do.
Right.
They
And-
really do.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, again, saying you support organized crime, that's a bold statement. Wouldn't it be like there are elements of it
I
that
would
you
say he
support?
supports the idea of what they do.
Okay, that's a little more acceptable.
But so no, like I support organized crime in the sense of like they take care of their communities. They only fuck around if you fuck up somewhere.
Right.
Like they're not gonna go out of their way to destroy your life just because they don't like you and
Yeah.
stuff. They're gonna go out of their way because you fucked with them somehow.
Yeah.
An eye for an eye mentality.
You will fuck with the business. You have to pay. Consequences will be coming you.
Also, an important part of society. You kind of need both sides, I think, in a way.
Oh yeah.
You have to have good to
A
have
yin
evil.
and yang.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but which is also why if I ever decided to become a cop and whatnot, I would totally be that crooked cop that's like, oh, this was the mafia. I'm just gonna turn a blind eye right now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's evidence pointing to the mafia. Just gonna cover
That's
that up.
That's just street smart.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
like, y'all don't want to get fucked up.
Yeah. And then, of course, I would go to said mafia and be like, hey, so I know you did this. I covered up for you. And I would forever be in their debt. They would make sure no one ever fucks with my job
Right.
or whatever.
I
Yes.
have friends in low places.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, so
That's a good way to get on their good side.
Yeah. Fucking, you do them a favor, whether they ask for it or
They
not.
will
and
repay
stuff. They will repay you and stuff, and like even if you fuck up, then they'll give you a warning, being like, "Hey, I'm sure you didn't mean it, so don't do it."
They will if you if you do something stupid, they will at least question you.
They question you, or at least bring it to your attention.
Yes.
Well, would it really depend on how big of a level it was?
Yes.
Yes.
Why have like say, if you fuck with them, your consequences depending on what it was you did. At the very least, you'll get some kind of warning.
Threatened, beaten.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, they might beat the shit out of you. That might be the warning and stuff. But again, it depends how badly you fuck up or
Yes.
fuck with them. You know, did you intentionally fuck up or fuck with them, or was it purely an accident or coincidence?
Yeah. Because accidents
And that's
can be a lot more
just
lenient.
now. The Mexican cartels.
Well, less said about them than that.
yeah.
That's a whole.
That's something entirely different.
I don't even want to open that up.
You see, while I support organized crime, that's one.
That's not one. That's
That's
no.
a fight club of the gang rule. You don't talk about the
Yeah,
fucking
you're
cartel.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I guess in closing on
just
the
look up the
Yakuza,
entire history of Pablo Escobar. Just look up him.
Yeah.
I guess in closing on the Yakuza series, great series. You can definitely get burnout from the games on the beat 'em ups because they have like a bunch of them. But very interesting series,
Those are
and there's
fun.
definitely a lot of politics involved.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, how much fun can you not have beating people with bicycles?
Yeah, I was gonna say like literally you can get like giant cones off the street
It's
sometimes.
just very over the top, and I love it.
Well, so the games get more progressively silly, I feel, for the most part. So.
One of the things I heard, maybe it's wrong, it's kind of like the GTA in Japan.
No, not really.
No.
It's
There's almost like nothing in common.
I would say take River City Ransom. You play River City Ransom, right?
Look, if
River
you
No.
want to go, if
Okay,
you
well,
wanna,
that's right. We need to check. We said this forever ago. We need you to play River City Ransom.
I actually have that in the schedule. He's supposed to play that after. Give me 1 second.
like if there's like anything that gets crime related GTA time, Sleeping
Okay,
Dogs.
well, you've definitely played like beat 'em ups like Final Fight. So take.
Yes.
So again, we'll need you to. Oh, perfect. I got it. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game. You played that, right?
Only seen it been played in front of me. I may own the game, but I haven't touched it yet.
Okay. Well, do you know what the game looks like?
Yes.
It's like a 3D version of that, basically,
Yep.
where you can go in, you can eat food and get health and
Yep.
stuff like that. You beat up guys.
Well,
Except
like-
the difference is there's an actual story going on.
But like,
with
if you want a
chapters.
GTA game that's set in like Asian crime territory, Sleeping Dogs.
I didn't want to just.
Yeah. So Yakuza is a great series.
I'm granted, Sleeping Dogs involved the Triad, which is the Chinese mafia.
Now,
Yeah.
Sin, you were saying about the schedule of games I'm supposed to play.
Yeah, so on the schedule, you were supposed to do the entire Metal Gear franchise next, and then River City Ransom.
Oh my god, dude.
Unfortunately, that's gonna have to take
Isn't that
a huge
such a great fucking
detour.
game? I'm telling you.
Since I'm just about to go do the completion route for God of War Ragnarok, and since Tears of the Kingdom has just come out, Skyward Sword is next on my list.
Just River City Ransom takes like an hour tops to beat. Just play River City Ransom. It's not that hard.
I'd say go
What
down
system is
first.
it on?
Yeah, it's on the NES. It's on the freaking NES Online.
That's all I need to know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just play the game. It's fun. You'll have a good time.
Metal Gear
It's
Solid.
better with two
About a
players,
month.
but whatever.
Now, if I may, I would like us to move on. Infamous and Prototype.
Ah.
Infamous and Prototype. Okay, I'm down for that one. So these games had their own political controversy when they fucking came out.
Oh, please
Consider they
tell.
came out around the same time.
They literally came out within like a month,
Oh,
a month of each other.
Now,
And-
whereas Prototype was for both PlayStation and Xbox, Infamous says straight PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, like the entire like fucking community was just divided.
Oh,
Like, it's either in Prototype all the way or Infamous all the way.
But
There
I
was
like
no-
both.
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
both too, but no, there was no in between outside like common sense people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like us.
Yeah,
Well, the best joke that
We
came out
have
of that-
common sense.
You're allowed to enjoy both things, people.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No, but one of the funniest jokes to come out of this is when Yahtzee reviewed both of them. He tried to do the scientific method based on certain elements, which one was better. It ended up tying, so his choice was the winner was whatever. His choice to whoever was better was whatever to develop. Like he actually said this. Whatever developer sends him the best picture of the opposite character wearing a woman's bra.
What the?
He actually said that, and that actually happened. Sucker Punch and Radical
They
both,
both
did that.
did it?
Yeah, Radical put Cole in a bra, and it looked like shit. Whereas
Sucker Punch put Cole in a bra.
yes.
Because Sucker Punch made Infamous.
Yeah, and then Radical put Sucker Punch put Alex Mercer in a bra, whereas Radical put Cole in a bra.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And
I
actually, and I saw the pictures, and the one the Alex Mercer one was so much better. Think Alex Mercer as he is, but he's wearing a very big pink bra, very big titties, riding a unicorn, and there's a rainbow.
That's hilarious.
Yes. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna try and look it up, see if I can find that picture.
Please do. Anyways,
While we move on.
Honestly, when we talk about the in-game politics for Infamous and Prototype, I actually enjoy both of them because it's a good way to call out the government's bullshit.
Yeah.
Especially in
both of them.
Prototype.
I mean, especially in both of them.
Both of them for sure.
Prototype, definitely, though.
Prototype is a good way for the government to be like, oh, yeah, so we fucked up, but we're not going to take any responsibility at fucking all. In fact, actually, we're going to blame it all on this one guy who really fucking, like, he's already dead, technically. But we're going to blame it all on him because he's just a good scapegoat like that. And it's like, no. And then Alex Mercer is just like, no, I'm going to call out the government for his bullshit after I take over this entire fucking New York.
I feel like Infamous is more like X-Men, the fact of like you have the mutants and like there's regulations
Conduits, to be
against it.
specific.
Conduits, yeah.
Yes. Please do not mix up.
Well, no, I'm just saying like X-Men had mutants.
Please do not mix up your slurs right there, you racist son of shit.
Like, even Second Son, there is a good one.
Yeah.
Second
Second Son was fun. I actually thought the best was the First Light deal.
That is a
was
good one.
Second Son is a great way to show what's like under a police state. That's for
Yes,
sure.
for sure.
But Infamous and Infamous 2 were just both great games for like seeing how the government tries to control a lot of people, as there are inhuman per se people trying to like control what they can do, where they can do, and stuff. Whereas, like, Second Son is like, it's a police state. If you can do anything, we're probably going to arrest you just because you can do something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or at least we'll give you the option of you have the choice, but really you don't.
Yeah.
Freedom,
Even though, like,
freedom
the
of
person,
illusion. Or
pretty
illusion of
much
freedom.
the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
Which I found the pictures, by the way.
Okay, I want to see this picture.
There's Alex. That is Alex Mercer.
That is
Wow,
gorgeous.
that's hilarious.
Oh my god.
And then that's Cole.
My God.
Yeah, I mean they
Alex is
tried,
way
but not
better.
as good. Yeah.
They tried. Holy shit.
And that's all because of Yahtzee.
That's funny.
Well then. But no, like, fucking... Overall, though, when it comes to which game is better, Infamous or Prototype, yes.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Like, it's hard
You can't go wrong with either. They're both great games.
Even though I still say his Prototype is one of my favorite abilities ever. Patsy.
Yeah.
What was the Patsy ability again?
Patsy's literally like, okay, pretend to be a guard.
Well, first off, one thing you could do is, since Alex can just consume it, one of the things you could do is consume someone and disguise yourself as them.
Yeah, yep.
While doing that, if you have the Patsy ability, like, you can basically go, that's him! That's Alex Mercer right there! He's that! And the guard will just, no question, gone down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that ability, and it was a fun ability.
Yes. Even you could do, and you could actually consume a guy right in front of everybody. For some reason, they still just listen to you, even though they just watched you take out the guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have done that so many fucking times.
Yeah, they have a severe case of manager solid tension.
Here's the fake, kill him!
And of course, and also after they kill the Patsy and whatnot, they just don't even bother looking for you. They're like, huh, I guess it was just a mistake. Well, even though we saw that guy get eaten and turn into him, and we killed the wrong guy, I'm sure he's gone now. It's
Classic
probably...
AI.
But then 5 minutes later, you kill a bunch of them, and they send their entire fleet of helicopters after you.
Yeah, but if you got the whip, the helicopters mean shit.
Yep.
The whip.
The tentacle.
Cool whip.
Best power in that game.
The whip?
The whip.
And moving on.
But honestly, I love the ragdoll physics in Prototype.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, corpse surfing.
Corpse surfing.
Or my favorite thing to do is run up the entire side of the building and just elbow drop some random asshole.
Yeah.
Now, we can all agree Prototype 2 was trash, right?
Yeah.
Play it.
Sam's not here, so he can't defend it.
I liked it, but I don't.
And you've told me all about Prototype 2, well, how bad it is, I'll take your word for that.
And
But
it's like, it had potential to be great, but then they decided, let's just make it garbage.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I had
Yeah.
fun for what it was. I can grab a person and run up a building and fucking throw them. So I could do that in
Or
other
turn him
games,
into a
too.
bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The less you think about the story, the better it is. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Perhaps.
for me, it's not just story, but it's also the gameplay.
The gameplay is even worse there.
Because, like, one, they made it drastically easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
I platinumed the game within 5 hours of owning it.
Really?
Yeah, literally, I could go through my trophy logs, and you'll see, oh my god, you got the platinum in 5 hours.
Wow.
And
And the
'Cause
game's
they-
like how long then?
I don't think either of the games are very long.
Yeah, I mean the first one.
no,
was
the
that
first
long.
the first
It was
one's
good,
long.
sure.
The first one's long
Maybe
because
20-ish?
because you die a lot in the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I know we played the first one together.
And like the first one, and then this one had like there's so much more stuff to do. Like the web of intrigue in that first one, oh, so good. It was a pain in the ass to do,
Right?
but
The
it's
trophy.
kind of worth it
Especially
because it actually doing that helps explain.
I'd kind of like to see them reboot Prototype. That'd be pretty like they did with Dead Space there.
Is
But
it-
didn't the company go under from what I
Oh,
heard?
did they?
The dev team might, but Activision published it,
Yeah.
so we might get it, but don't count on it.
Nah, I
'cause
wouldn't count on it.
Activision sucks.
Like, I know I own it now for PS4 and by default PS5, but that's only because it was like super
I'm sorry.
cheap.
Theoretical entertainment.
Nowadays, Activision only really cares about shit like Overwatch, even though they completely fucked
Well,
up.
that's more of a Blizzard thing, but yeah, it's still active.
It's still under Activision.
Yeah. But so let's go on to some different politicals right now, but right here I got Injustice.
Injustice. Huh?
Yeah, so it's a fighting game, but it's also based off the DC comics of the same title.
Right.
Where Superman just straight up kills Joker because he kills his.
No, it's not just he just straight up kills Joe. No, so the Injustice universe is supposed to be like it's supposed to be a what if universe technically for if Lex Luthor was right, basically. Like, what if these gods among men decide to just be like, I'm just gonna take over the world, and it essentially turns into its own form of communist state per se, where Superman
More of a dictatorship, really.
Yeah, dictatorship. You're correct. I'm sorry about that. Where so like Superman, Martian Manhunter, and like a lot of the other superpower guys are like, well, you know what? We're done with it. We're just gonna finally kill these guys who are these bad guys because we're fucking done.
Who can stop us?
Yeah, who can stop us, as well as so on and so forth. And anyone who doesn't want to join us, whether it be Batman or fucking Green Arrow, whatnot, well, we're just gonna lock you up, or
Or we'll just kill you.
yeah,
If we don't kill you.
or just kill you and whatnot. And it's all sound logic. I can't really argue so much with it. It's just unfortunate it has to go to such extremes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Batman's like, oh, well, I better stand up against Superman because I planned for this, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it's just a whole bunch of,
Blah, 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 blah,
like,
blah.
you have the heroes and villains teaming up and going against each other at the same time.
It's blah, 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 blah.
It's basically what happens when your entire political system just falls apart, per se.
Yep.
So it's more like the deconstruction of the political system versus like politics as a whole.
Both.
Both.
Yes.
Okay.
Because, again, like, it's deconstructing politics while bringing up dictatorship.
Okay.
You know?
So it's two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also why it's like, wow, I guess it's not a good thing to have all this power to yourself.
Mhm.
No.
There must be a distribution of power, or else
Checks and balances. if
Yeah,
you will.
yeah, exactly. Checks and
Mhm.
balances.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would have thought of it like
Oh
that.
yeah, it's very simple stuff and whatnot. Now the comics are a very interesting read. I definitely recommend them.
Mhm.
Still, like, back when I still read comics.
Yeah, right.
God, before they all got so fucking convoluted, I fucking swear.
Convoluted or just stupid.
So Ross, you want to go to another game? I see.
Oscar's Wrath, baby.
Oh, right. That is not a game you would think would be political, though.
Oh,
Bro, I like, if you're just talking about the cover and the title, you know what? I'd agree with you. But then when you actually play the game, you're like, well,
basically a bunch of people creating a bunch of problems just so they can solve them.
while using religion as a scapegoat.
Yep. Consider the DLC is where you literally fight God.
I just find it absolutely absurd that they've not re-released the game with the DL. The
I would
fourth,
agree. I agree to that.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are you
since-
doing?
Don't you actually need the DLC to finish the game?
Yeah,
technically?
That's the true ending.
Basically,
yeah.
there's no way to legally play the full game nowadays, which is absurd.
What about Castlevania Lords of Shadow?
You can still get that on Steam, though.
Actually, the PlayStation Store I think should still be up and running to get that DLC.
Maybe.
For Asura's Wrath?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so no, it's not.
PS3 store is kaput.
Yeah.
think it's
Now
gone
you
now.
can still play it with like the current like PlayStation Plus like Supreme thing.
No, because you still don't have the DLC for the.
No, that I was getting to that.
Oh.
So like you can still play this game. You have to stream it the whole way on your console.
And you can only play
but-
3/4 of it.
Oh no, you play the whole game, just not that DLC ending.
So you can only play 3/4 of it.
So you can only play like 90% of
And
it.
you
Yes.
can still look
Give
at the
or take.
boobies
Yeah, you can still look at the boobies.
and get the trophy for it.
I already had that trophy.
Of course you do.
Bro, I had that. Bro, I own this fucking game. I got that trophy the first fucking time. I was a horny teenager. What the fuck are you talking about?
Horny teenager, you're still a horny adult for the most part.
Bro, I never deny it. I know I'm a pervert. Oh my god. But no, honestly though, Asura's Wrath is straight up like, this is what happens when you let religion go throughout politics with no checks or balances at all. As all.
When you don't, what
And-
happens when you don't have separation of church and state?
And also when you don't even question anything as
Yeah,
well.
pretty much.
Like the only guy who questioned it was Asura because guess what? He got fucked over for no fucking reason.
He
That's
did.
true.
Like he was the most devout guy, and it's like shit. We need a scapegoat. Let's fuck him over.
Yep.
And and it's like you shouldn't have messed with him. You shouldn't mess with him.
Gone fucked up.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very simple. It's very simple politics, but also it's a great fucking movie to play. I tell you. what.
It tells you
That
what.
would have been an amazing anime series too if they would have made an anime series.
Honestly, yeah.
Technically, it is because Naruto, because the
Was it Cyber 2?
like it was produced by
Cyber Connect 2. That's
yeah, it was CyberConnect 2 who made the Naruto Ninja Storm games, but also made that game.
I just find it crazy that they never made a legit anime series because that would have had the perfect format because it literally follows an episodic structure.
It does.
No, like, it would have been great. I would, though probably not an anime, but like a bunch of anime movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, even movies would have been cool too.
Mhm.
Like that could have been like
Okay.
a good 15 episode series or something like that.
But
Sit on. We've gotten all this great. I see a big stack of games right in front of you, and that one too.
I'm going to talk about this. This is the most political game of all.
Okay, go for it.
Pokemon.
Ah!
Now, here's why Pokemon is political. Everything is decided through Pokemon battles and Pokemon battles only.
Yep, pretty much.
You want a president? Pokemon battle for
Yeah.
it. You want checks? You want laws to be passed? Pokemon battle for it.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, what about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yes.
I was about to say Yu-Gi-Oh's almost the same thing.
Card games on motorcycles.
Card games on motorcycles.
Yeah.
We need a vote for president. Oh, you final two? We're going to play a children's card game.
Did you know
Did
that
you know?
the reason slavery was abolished was because Abe Lincoln won a children's card game?
And that's why John Wilkes Booth killed him. Abe Lincoln beat him in a children's card game, and he's a sore fucking loser.
Oh my
If
god.
only.
Oh my goodness. Bro, okay. Remember, Assassin's Creed tells you what history is being taught to us. The actual history is that's what happened.
He lost the
Okay.
game of poker.
Assassin's Creed 3 literally had a series of DLC called The Tyranny of King Washington,
Okay.
which was basically what happened if George Washington got control of the Appellate Edict and became emperor.
And was technically a Templar.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Yeah, but no. Honestly, though, when it goes to some political issues, it is basically bullfighting the game.
I mean, it's cockfighting the game basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But not
And
with actual penises. Or actual chickens.
Jar.
Well, I guess there are some chicken-like Pokemon.
Well, yeah, Blaziken is literally blazing chicken.
Exactly.
Complicated.
So you can't have a cockfight in Pokemon. But
I mean,
Man, what you ain't saying about my chicken right
not-
there,
not-
boy?
Bye.
I'm done. I'm done.
man,
That's
Fuck you and your podcast.
damn.
well, I finally broke him, people.
You had to go and talk about my favorite starter evolution right there? Are you freaking kidding me?
I like
And
Mudkip.
Bulbasaur's best starter.
I heard you guys like Mudkip.
Actually,
Fuck Mudkip.
I love Mudkip.
Mudkip is adorable, but honestly, when it comes to that generation, Trico's where it's at.
Mudkip was one of the few times I chose the water Pokemon.
Trico, man.
Bulbasaur.
Trico. You know why
Bulbasaur.
Trico? Because fucking not Grovyle, Sceptile. Sceptile's Mega Evolution is Grass Dragon. How many Grass Dragons do we get? Like
true.
none.
Which we can talk about that in a future episode sometime later.
Oh yeah.
Most of the time I choose the fire starter, I've noticed.
Grass.
Maybe like
Straight
what,
grass.
4 or 5 of the 8 times.
I'm a grass
Yeah.
starter when I feel like
Okay, I'm tossing the lure and reeling it in.
I'll take that
I'll
in.
accept
that
it.
we're gonna fill that in and cast back into the big stack right here.
Yep. All right. So this is the biggest stack, and this is the most political thing out here.
Oh,
Yeah,
gee, do
emos,
tell us,
but
what
there's
is
definitely
it?
some politics.
Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy.
Final
Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. Final
Fantasy.
7.
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Final Fantasy
Fantasy.
2.
Final Fantasy.
No, they're just Final Fantasy as a fucking whole. There's almost not a single Final Fantasy game that isn't political. Oh wait, they are all political.
Pretty much they'll have some degree.
Except for 15. 15 is just boy band.
Well, there
travels.
still is.
Shut the fuck up. 15 is just boy band
I
traveling.
mean, you're not wrong.
And
Hey.
13 is just time travel bullshit.
Well, that's lightning returns.
Yeah.
And 13 too.
Yeah, 13
You're literally going different time periods.
13-2 is
He's not wrong.
13-2 is a Chrono Trigger homage kind
I
of.
love
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger so
Yeah.
much. Can I just vent for 10 minutes?
No.
Okay.
Actually, Chrono Trigger is political, so you could.
Yeah, I mean,
actually.
there-
I mean,
there is
you
a
have a
thing,
literal
yeah.
trial in Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like honestly, 13-2 is the best of the 13 series.
I would
I
agree
almost
with
don't
that
even
point.
want to consider 13 or Lightning Returns to be in Final Fantasy games. Just 13-2.
Poor. Lightning Returns is awesome.
Lightning Returns is good gameplay. It's not good at anything else. Actually, Lightning Returns is the only actually not political game when it comes to the Final Fantasy
Yeah,
franchise.
most-
That's the one I never played.
Because it's purely religious. There's
Yeah.
no actual politics to it.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
Now, I mean, you could probably argue the politics in religion, but not.
That's
but not
getting a
politics.
little too meta.
That gets more philosophical of anything.
8 would be military politics style. And
Yeah, but 8 is definitely like military school politics and stuff,
Definitely
as
is.
well as
7
like,
is big business.
7 is big business as
Industry,
well as
Think of-
terrorism as well as equal.
Like, think of
definitely.
Avalanche as what the climate change people are today.
But a terrorist organization.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see here. Then, of course, you got Final Fantasies 1 through 6 and whatnot. Those are different politics throughout every single one.
So the first few aren't nearly as political as they go on, I would say.
They are still political in their own rights, given they're all monarchies at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
monarchy
Monarchies
is a
are,
form of
yeah.
politics.
They are.
Monkey is
But
political style.
honestly, out of all of them, the one that I want to talk about when it comes to politics is 10 and 10-2.
That's
yeah.
talk about religion.
It is the biggest. It's not just religion, but it is also like 10 and 10-2 are the most progressive when it comes to political views, because it's basically fuck the old ways. Let's just start going on with things that are more useful in life. Why we need to ban people from using technology? Why is it taboo? Because
My God says so.
Oh, because this thing happened 1,000 years
Yeah.
ago? That's not relevant anymore.
10 is about questioning what works and what doesn't, I would say.
Oh, yeah. No, and, well, the 10 is questioning what works and what doesn't. 10-2 is, let's progress now.
Yeah. Right.
Also, three hot girls going on.
Yeah, let's change in our costumes, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, first of all, that system was amazing.
I'm not denying it, I'm just saying that's what it was.
Don't you dare mock that system. My girl.
What can I do for you?
Oh my god, the beautiful transformation scenes in that.
Oh
The
my
Sailor
god.
Moon-esque transformation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, awesome.
All
With
three of them.
Yojimbo being the best summon if he had the money.
That's only in 10. 10-2, he's an enemy.
Eh.
Yeah.
But still.
Yojimbo is the most overpowered fucking summon in the
pretty
history.
dope,
If you
though,
have
let's
the
be
gil
real.
to afford it.
Oh, no, the gil is easy. You see, all you gotta do is just pay 2,000 gil every fucking time. That's all you gotta do.
And everyone dies.
Everyone always dies immediately, no questions asked. Yeah, fun fact, Chris. As long as you pay him 2,000 gil, 2,001 gil every single time, nothing more, nothing less, he will always kill.
Yep.
Damn.
I hope you get a lot of guilt going through this game.
It's so easy.
It is.
Yes.
Every battle you fight gives you some amount of gil.
Yeah, just save your money.
Just
and
grind.
know when to sell all your shit and whatnot. Guess what? It's the easiest thing ever.
So basically, don't buy weapons from the shop. Got it.
Never buy weapons from the shop.
Yeah.
What fucking
The
game
only
are
thing you
playing?
should buy from shop is potions.
If you
Eh.
need, no, okay. In 10, you need a couple of Phoenix Downs, a few elixirs, and like some what helps get rid of stone?
Oh fuck.
You're talking about the not the gold needle, right?
It might be the Golden Eel. Yeah, it might be Golden Eel.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. So like, that's the only thing you really need.
I just know that
maybe antidotes.
Waka has one of the best weapons in the game.
So let's talk about Waka's racism in the fucking game.
Oh, shit.
God. And let's talk about Blitzball while we're at it.
No, actually, I do
Do you
love
want
Blitzball.
it?
I do love Blitzball.
It's not really political, though.
Bro, sports are the most political thing fucking out there. What the fuck are you smoking?
No, I'd say Waka's a good guy to have a party because he's one of the only people who can actually get flying enemies since he throws the blitzball at him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And his best weapon is the one that turns him into stone.
Yeah. But no, like, unfortunately though, Waka is also the most racist person on your team.
He's kind of a dick.
No, like straight up. Like, on the plus side, I'm glad he's racist because he's that ignorant person that learns to not be towards.
No, I mean, I think
the kind of guy
ultimately he's a good character.
He is a blind follower. Period.
Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of the whole point of his character, though. Because by the end, he accepts the I'll bet.
Yeah, especially when he realizes that Riku was I'll bet all the fucking all along.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's like, bro, Yuna is half I'll bet.
Yeah.
Like, why discriminate against your own girl?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
and here's the point of Waka's ignorance and stupidity. When the Albed City is getting destroyed, and Riku is sitting there watching everyone she knows
Essentially
die.
Yeah.
His way of cheering her up, it's happy fireworks, yeah? He literally tells Riku to think of the destruction of her homeland as happy festival fireworks.
What the?
As a way to try and console her. He actually says that.
I mean,
God damn it!
like,
Happy fireworks, yeah?
to be fair,
Yeah.
to be fair, I mean, like, he wasn't, like, cheering that, like, yay, all those bloody I'll bet are dead or some shit. No, it was just like, let's try to change the perspective of, like, it was one of those, like, dumb moments.
Like, give him-
how dumb
okay.
are you moments.
Yeah. Like, I want to say his intentions were good. It's just
It was his intentions are good. It's just
bad timing, but
Bad
not while she's literally there watching it happen.
yeah.
He's the guy who lives in the island and he throws balls.
It's okay, Chris. I'm like that sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Energy.
Oh my god, yeah. No, and then now let's talk about Seymour and how much of a douchebag he was.
Seymour, man.
Which
Ugh.
the fights could have ended way earlier than they did. We didn't need to fight him 3 times. Because literally Orin is like, hey, Yuna, he's dead. Do what you gotta do to send the dead people away. What? I don't know what's the sending ritual. I don't know what that is.
No. I'm gonna stop you right there. She immediately tries doing it, but then his followers are like, nope, stop her.
Right.
So don't you give me that whole I'm a dumb blonde bullshit.
I didn't say it was Devil Blind. I'm just saying it's just silly to see in the cutscene where Orin just says send him and Yuna just stands there does nothing.
She didn't say
The
anything.
first, the first time they killed him.
The first time they killed him and stuff, she should have, like, it's like, you want to get those last words in. It was for dramatic effect. I'm willing to let that go. And it's like, honestly, the biggest bullshit is just the fact that his followers wouldn't let him send off. And I'm like, you're asking for whatever fucking happens coming
Right.
along.
Yes. So Seymour is a zombie.
Seymour would not hesitate to throw his own followers under a bus. Just
He uses them as meat shields. What are you talking about? He killed his own dad.
Yes, he did. Yes, he fucking did. And then had Yuna send him away.
Yep.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And then there's Jet. The entire context of sin and that whole thing.
Jack was cool.
Jet was a great dad. It's unfortunate fucking all that shit happened.
Yeah.
Like if you don't pay attention, you think Jet is the worst dad ever.
No.
But then they explain he did that, so.
I mean, he was a douchebag to Tidus growing up.
But then you find out his raisins.
Well, his raisins after he like disappeared and shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Orin actually explains it,
Yeah.
and that's why Orin is the best.
He is definitely my favorite character.
Orin is best adopted dad.
Yeah. Pretty. He's basically the dad.
He's basically the Piccolo of the Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
he's
Yeah,
the Piccolo.
pretty
That's the
much.
perfect way of describing him.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. But Blitzball though.
But Blitzball.
No, honestly, if Blitzball was a real sport, I would totally try to
Oh
go
yeah.
for that.
Totally.
Yeah, if you could actually.
I mean, it's basically soccer in a sphere of water.
Yeah.
Problem is, how the hell would you ever be able to throw the ball like that underwater?
Yes.
Soccer.
You just would be able to.
Excuse you. I'm sorry. What was that?
I played soccer in the 4th grade.
So did
I
I.
played soccer too. What's your fucking point? It was great. It was
enjoyed
fun.
it.
I played football.
You're talking to a kid. As someone who probably didn't like sports back then.
I didn't like sports back then either, but I like soccer.
Soccer was fun. Yeah, you run
How about
around
the fact
and kick ball.
that I was signed up without consent?
I was signed up without consent either.
It's called elementary school. They did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you want to know the reason I was signed up? To try to get me into other things outside of video games.
Yeah, that was the same
doesn't
thing.
sound
Same
wrong.
thing here.
Bro, we're all in the same boat
Okay,
here.
don't break tables now.
I mean, it is his table.
Still though.
Yeah.
I like NBA Jam and I like NFL Blitz.
Yeah.
I'm not even like huge into football, but those games were fun. But that game was fun.
And
You mean hand egg.
football, I could never get into. Like, I'd play football if some friends were playing and stuff, but I would never go, like, an actual football team or, like, anything like
I
that.
feel like basketball games were like the most fun sports games to play if we're going off on this tangent.
I mean,
Hockey's the fun to watch.
Hockey games are fun too, like
No,
NHL.
hockey is a fight with a hockey game.
I would watch a soccer game or a hockey game.
Yeah.
That is my view.
Sure, yeah, they're more faster moving games.
Yeah.
Going to see hockey is awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
the walleye game
Yeah.
over here, yeah.
Those are
Walleye, no. While entertaining, you should have went to the Storm games back then. They were vastly entertaining.
Can I just go to the Mighty Ducks game instead?
oh gosh.
Sorry,
I mean,
sure.
yes, actually.
Sweet.
You do know it's an actual team.
It is an actual team,
Yeah.
I
The
know.
Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Okay.
But yes, we're going off on a tangent.
But, yeah, no, honestly,
I mean, we're kind of near. We've gone through so much, so
I mean, we're all, the last thing we got to talk about is just Final Fantasy X.
pretty much. Yep.
No, and like, fucking Lulu,
I love Lulu.
Lulu
More than
is
one reason.
so hot.
Yes.
Fucking, no, like, okay, so like Waka is the most racist one.
Yeah.
Lulu is the complacent one. Like she'll always say, "I don't give a shit," but she never does anything to really stop the shit.
Right.
You know. Unless her friends are like in trouble, she won't really step in, and it kind of like says something about the political climate because there's a lot of characters. who
She'll
are
offer her commentary, but at the same time, does nothing.
exactly, and there's a lot of characters who are like that,
Yes.
whether in the game or not, and it's a real good way to reflect real life.
Yes.
You'll always have people who are like, "Yeah, I'll talk how bullshit this political thing is, but I'm not gonna do a damn thing about it."
Yep.
And it's very unfortunate because you figure if you're gonna say something about it, you do something about it.
Right.
But hey,
Exactly, but-
It's just like me and my boss. I only talk about it if the conversation is happening. Otherwise, I have no reason to ever want to bring it up.
and it's understandable. That's fair to a degree. Let's see here. But Yuna is the most progressive out of everyone.
Oh yeah, she changes the most for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Because she sees the bullshit for what it is.
Mhm.
And
Pure and innocent, going to like maybe not like the wisest character ever, but like seemingly more wise. She learns a lot throughout the game.
I mean, she starts as the most innocent character.
Yeah.
Essentially a blind follower to a degree.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then as she learns how corrupt the system is, she's like, wow.
I wouldn't say a blind follower. She's extremely devout.
I mean...
Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand, though.
It goes on a certain gray line somewhere.
Mhm.
It goes on a certain gray line somewhere. So I give you points. But no, it's just... And then you have Tidus, who's just like, I just want to see kind of what everything's like and call it out. And then get frustrated when people call me out for calling it out. And it's like, I don't know why people keep calling him out. He's right. Every fucking time.
And then Kamari.
Kamari
He's,
is... wow.
yeah.
Kamari is... I don't know how to say things without being racist right here.
Kamari and Ronso.
Kamari is essentially... I'm trying to figure out how to say this without sounding so awful. Fucking guy,
He's
give me...
kind of like the most pointless character, I feel like.
You're the most pointless character.
No, I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, the game's story, if you took him out, it would probably have the least impact, because all the other characters are absolutely necessary.
No, so, like, his story does have an impact. It does come into the racism category, because a lot of people see the Ronso as a lesser being than, like, everyone else and whatnot. It's like, oh, the Ronso are only good for Blitzball and...
Meat shields.
And meat shields. That's really all Ronso are good for.
Wow.
Yeah, and Kimari, considering how the Ronso's politics fall into it and stuff, is like, I'm banished from my own people.
Yeah.
My horn was broken off,
Right.
and I have to deal with it. And then thankfully, he gets his win towards the end and stuff, which I really appreciate. But it is also like since he's the silent character, it's like he does have a small presence. You are correct.
That's what I mean. Like it's like in terms, I like the character. Don't get me wrong. It's just that he has
Like,
the
he's
least
there,
presence and the least.
Like, if he wasn't there, you wouldn't be really missing anything.
Like
He has the least stakes overall.
at the beginning of the game when he's first introduced, you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what this guy fucking does.
Yeah.
Fucking Lion Man, roar!
But then he doesn't really live up to that
Like,
potential.
you'd think he's Mufasa, but he turns out to be the cowardly lion from Wizard of Oz.
I wouldn't go that
I
far.
would nowhere. I wouldn't go nowhere near that. What the fuck kind of comparison was
I
that?
don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
But
Like, I'll agree with the at first you think Mufasa part.
Yeah, but
wherever
the
the
second
fuck,
half-
wherever the fuck you got that second half, get the fuck out of here.
You were going here, but you ended up like over here somehow, and I don't even know how that works.
I'm trying no.
Don't
fuck
question
you.
anything.
I'm not questioning everything, you fuckhard.
Yeah. Are you drunk, Ross? You're not even drinking and you're drunk.
I would rather be high than drunk.
Same.
I'm sure you would, buddy. But yeah, let's kind of wrap this up here. We're pretty much done at this point, right?
Yeah.
Keith, I want your thoughts on politics and games.
Give us your final words, my good sir.
Um,
He's just like, oh boy, not again.
Putting him on the spot.
Yeah. You know what? Take your time. Chris, I want your thoughts on politics and games that you've heard so far in this chat.
Well, for one thing, I think if it wasn't for politics, we wouldn't have the ERSRB. Now, granted, some censorship is pretty stupid, but I hate to say it, but sometimes we might need it in some spots.
Definitely is relevant, I would say.
Yeah, plus now these days, if I had a kid, I'd try to be a little sensible with what the heck I'd want him to actually play. Grand Theft Auto, quite frankly, for me, I've never really been into, and if I want my child to get into this, maybe I look up whatever it's got first.
Oh, so like Grand Theft Auto is like I wouldn't let my kid at the age of 8 play it.
go to a strip club and see some.
Maybe teenager level, okay, different story.
Like 14, yeah, I can get behind that.
Like, definitely double digits.
Yeah, it has to be double digits.
Oh yeah.
And then make sure, like, if they are playing, there's a emphasis that they're like, okay, this is just bullshit. This is fictional bullshit. Don't get any ideas.
I do agree with Ross stuff. When it goes to those things like that, it's like you do gotta have that conversation. For one, their hormones start kicking in, so it's like you gotta teach them what it's actually like,
Yes.
and then you gotta teach them this is all pretend. Remember that. Don't ever take it seriously. And
Like,
you take
Actions do have consequences sometimes.
Like, yes. Like, take what you will out of it, but just know at the end of the day, it's all bullshit.
Yep. Especially anything comes out of Ross's mouth.
Damn.
You only say that because Sam's not here.
Well,
Especially everything comes out of Ross and Sam's mouth.
Well, and the bullshit that comes out of my ass.
You have an ass?
The void.
you don't have an ass. You just have like a little micro meat.
It's
I have a
little pocket
void. It's a
dimension.
void.
It's a pocket dimension.
Yes.
A brown pocket dimension.
Sometimes green, sometimes orange.
But yeah, any more thoughts on politics, Chris?
No.
Nothing? Not about the Xbox killer or anything like that?
Quite frankly, that's all new stuff to me, and quite frankly, as bad as it is, I'd rather distance myself from it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, honestly, I do remember, during those times, there were a lot of people who were like, I'm going to stop playing games because I don't want to be associated with those fuckers. Anyways. Grant, your thoughts on politics and games?
So I think it's interesting because Chris kind of talked more about the politics outside of games. What I think is interesting is there's a lot of games where you wouldn't think this has a political side to it, but as we talk, it's for example, Resident Evil, the average person probably wouldn't see a game like that and be like, oh, this is a political game. And yeah, sure, it's not like Metal Gear Solid levels of politics, but I think a lot of games have political elements to them that are very understated.
Mm-hmm.
Which, as we're talking, for example, Resident Evil, or not Resident Evil, Final Fantasy, it's yeah, I mean, sure, some of these games aren't very politically forward, but there's a lot of subtle elements of these games where,
Like, if
yeah,
you
they
actually take the time to look at it.
yeah, if you take the time to look at it, then yeah, absolutely, there's definitely political elements.
Mm-hmm. Asura's Wrath.
Asura's Wrath.
Yeah. Literally, before we started this podcast, you were like, how is that political?
Yeah, but then as
And now you know.
but as we talked about, I'm like, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, not all games are political. Like Conker's Bad Fur Day, I don't think there's like any politics in that at
Bro,
all.
it's literally a monarchy trying to take down a Ronin who's trying to take down the monarchy.
Yeah, well, but he's not really trying to take
Who's taken down by a xenomorph.
The Panther King wants to take out Conquer and use him as a table leg.
And Conker
And
just
drink
wants
milk.
to go home. He just wants to go home.
He's hungover and wants to go home.
This is just a story about a guy that wants to go home.
By the way, if you ever get the G Fuel Mighty Poo Conker's Bad Fur Day flavor,
Do it.
drink it with milk.
Yeah, drink it with milk, absolutely.
Mighty Pooh, best boss fight.
But I guess in summary, I think it's interesting that a lot of games have, like the developers do have this political edge to it and this political philosophy. Even if it's not stated, I just think it's interesting that there are more games that have political elements to them than you would think. So that's pretty much just my main thoughts on it.
Alright. Keith, you got anything you want to say for politics and games?
Oh, mom. No, I'm joking.
That's so political.
I think it's pretty cool when developers of video games can actually put politics within I need to restart on that one. You brains off a little bit.
Why? Okay, Keith, so what's your thoughts on politics and games?
Okay. I find it interesting when game developers can put politics within the game, but yet make it interesting and then entwine it with a story to make it, enjoyable. Not just like...
not just beat your head over with it.
Exactly.
Not trying to force their beliefs on you, basically.
Exactly.
Like, you know it's there.
Well, I mean...
And when it's not just the main part of the whole story.
When it's not like saying like abortion is wrong or right. It's like when they're trying to take a stance like that. It's more like this is the world and there's politics involved in it.
Or when they do it and they twist it in a way where it would be your first thought. They do it in some kind of like they show their beliefs or they show something they're thinking of in an artistic way, which wouldn't come across as being in your face, as you say.
Exactly.
I mean, personally, I love when it helps me like rethink my own political stances. Personally, I love it when it actually makes me question my stuff.
Yeah,
it's pretty rare for that to happen, but when it does, it's pretty interesting.
Because sometimes it can help you like solidify your actual beliefs, or be like, you know what, time to change.
If anything, I would say helps you see things from it gives perspective.
Yeah, perspective is good.
And that's pretty much my point.
All right, and Ross, what's your thoughts?
I mean,
on
pretty much that. It's like I would treat it as like, okay, here's the thing. It's basically telling you, here's the thing, here's the politics. You make your own conclusions.
It's always best when they give you an emotion or a logical understanding versus an emotional.
Like, here's the information. Here's how you can think about it. Here's another way to think about it. It gives you the perspective from the good guys and from the bad way. Now, what side do you think you're on? That's up to you. If you have to think about it and find other ways outside of the game, go for it.
Now, that's actually a good thing. A nice thing you said, Ross. Actually, it relates to what I was going to say. It's, while I do love when games help me either question my own views or just help me see them in a different light, it does also help raise the question, have I been thinking I'm the good guy this whole time? Am I the good guy this whole time? Or am I actually a douchebag this whole time?
Like they said in Assassin's Creed, everything is
nothing is true, everything is permitted.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that with a lot of things. Like, there are very few things I've found in life that are truly black and white. Especially when it comes to the political sphere.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hell, if I want to bring up a good point about questioning certain things, the character of Anarchy in the Batman games. If you actually listen to some of the shit he says, he makes a lot of fucking sense. Sometimes.
Okay, so when it comes to the game, no. In comics, yes. The game, no. He's kind of just a whiny Zaz knockoff. I can definitely...
I'm just saying, like, after, maybe like in his whole grand scheme, no, she's stupid.
Oh my god, we forgot to talk about The Last of Us. I just remembered that. What the fuck?
I don't want
No, we're done, but I'm just saying, I can't believe I forgot about that.
That is a very, very...
That's
that one's kind of...
That's a can of worms I want to keep shut.
No, like The Last of Us would have been great. We can talk about that in another episode, like we get to politics again.
I do not want to touch that with a 10-foot pole right now.
I mean, I'm not talking about The Last of Us 2. I'm talking about The Last of Us 1.
Last of Us 1 I could talk much more about.
Yeah, no.
That one's a lot less.
You see, Last of Us 2, I don't want to talk about because it sucks. I don't care what anyone says. It sucked.
The gameplay's good.
It doesn't make me a bigot because I'm calling out how bad it is. It make me a bigot if I say it sucked because of the gayness. No, the gayness is fine. I don't give two shits about that.
I don't give a shit about that either.
Yeah.
That's its own thing.
My biggest, we're not talking about
Gameplay was great.
Yeah, we're not talking about Last of Us or Last of Us 2 right now.
But I'm talking about the politics of Last of Us, though.
Yeah.
That's what I want to talk about. But it's also, we're already at the end, so.
We've gone too long. We want to talk about it, we would have already.
Yeah. But no, overall, though, it's always interesting even when it's a game you're like, how is that political? And you're like, that is a political game. Wow, what the fuck? Like Pong, biggest political game ever. Right versus left.
Yes.
Considering when sometimes you can get when you actually played the color, one of them was red and one of them was
Oh
blue.
god, yeah.
Like Pong for the PlayStation.
And it's all about a battle of power too.
No, I'd like to point out the actually most sold political game of all time, Tetris 99.
Tetris. I was gonna say freaking Tetris. It's
Tetris 99 specifically.
Yeah.
Because it's literally the 99 fighting for 1% of the world's money. And the 1% crushing us.
the most political game.
Oh my goodness gracious. But no, honestly.
And of course, the most political game is Russian too. But anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nah, honestly, yeah, it's good shit all around. I like actually discussing the politics of video games when there are, except for when people blow up for no fucking reason. It's like, okay, you're just not fun.
Shut up.
Yeah, Ross, shut the fuck up.
No.
Yeah.
You heard mechanism for getting me to shut up.
And that is.
Titties or tape?
I mean, I offered.
Well, I
offered
do
you
have
titties
some
once.
tape somewhere.
I offered you titties once, and you said no.
Uncle Hank.
Oh god.
Oh, jeez, he's back.
Wait. Why are you here, Uncle Hank?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that same question. I got the Mormons to sign my petition, so we're now going to get recreational meth.
Oh, great. But I'm gonna leave everyone on this final thought, especially you, Uncle Hank.
No, you shut the fuck up.
No, you shut the fuck up. I'm gonna do this. I'm doing it.
No, you are going to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no.
I will make sure Auntie Jizz has you for 3 days straight.
I'm horny enough, I might take it.
I know you're lying through your teeth.
I don't know. You look like you would.
I'll tell you what, Baldy.
I'll take Grandma over Aunt G's.
If you sign my petition saying games don't get age rings anymore, I'll throw him in the pit with Jizz.
Ooh, that's a
And I'll keep
tempting deal.
And I'll keep you away from ever playing soccer again. Wait, Uncle Hank, how'd you know he played soccer?
He's been listening.
Where do I sign?
The entire time.
Alright. Anyways, fucking get the fuck out of my basement. You know what, Uncle Hank? I want to get out anyways. I need some sunlight.
Yes, but
I'm gonna admit the always on sign is just so I can see this happen.
but before I get thrown in the pit with Jizz, I'll leave everyone with this final thought.
So wrong.
Isn't it funny that the word politics itself is made up of the words poly, meaning many,
Many.
and ticks, like blood-sucking creatures? Thank you.
George Garland.